Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 17, Week 1, Day 7. It is the final day to get all of the crowns for the Midnight Kingdom event. So if you haven't already done so, you either need to get the ones you get from today or throw a little bit of gems to get to the final tier if you're close enough. But if you're very far away, probably not worth going for. If you're like a few hundred, going for it could be okay. Beyond that, probably not worth it. But yeah, this weapon is likely to be money locked in the future. We don't know for sure, but the Hands of Time one on the free side is probably going to be money locked in the future. However, everything on the paid side you don't need to worry about too much, as it will come back into the game at some point, likely a couple months from now or less. Like things like the tarot card. Like this one won't be immediately in drop table, but give it like 2 or 3 months, you'll be able to get it in the standard Vault Key drop table. Speaking of which, we still have Vault event the rest of this weekend, of course. We are still in the midst of it, and it's still going for about, what, 6 more hours. So we will still be grinding it for some of that amount of time. We still have 2 goals. One is to open about 4 or 5 Paloozas, probably 5, in order to get ourselves our 300 goal. The other is, I still need to go do some PvP. We've been slacking on it a bit, and I need another, like, almost 400. Actually, more than 400. I need another 427 silver marks, which will take a little over an hour and a half, somewhere around there. Depends on the teams and everything. Could actually take closer to 2 hours. So we'll be going for a while tonight, because both things will take almost 2 hours. We'll clear out all dailies, clear out everything that we still need to go clear out, do like almost hour and a half of Palooza, and then almost an hour and a half of PvP. That's pretty much the game plan, so we're going to be here a while tonight. Man, anyways, one other thing. Also, I should use some of those XP boosters. Anyways, let's go over the weekly spoilers. So, we got the Badger event coming in tomorrow, in which we get a badger, a giant badger. As far as the first trip that we have here, this one is for the Journey event. This is noteworthily a much weaker version. I'm not sure if on Monday all of them are becoming this week, or just all future ones are going to become this week. But regardless, this one is very weak. It just deals some damage to an enemy and then creates 2 brown gems boosted by beast allies. And last I recall, it is only a 2 boost ratio, meaning that it caps out at 10 rather than what they currently cap out at, which is 15. So it is going to be, what, 5 less gem spawn then per cast. So you do still get that +1, but that only brings it to 11, which is still very far down from 15 or 16. So yeah, it's one of those journey troops, but is substantially weaker. I'm not sure if they're making all of them weaker later, or if this one's just weaker, or just the next few are weaker, or what they're doing. But that is substantially worse than what they currently do. It's also going to make the Journey event quite a bit harder, as a 10 gem spawn, or even 11 if you had it shiny, level 2, it doesn't really get you that far. Like, it's not bad, but it's not good. Like, going from 15 or 16 down to 10 or 11 is not a lot, comparatively. Also, I just realized something, too. Its mana cost is higher, 15 mana cost. So it's going to be less likely that it could even loop into itself. Currently, I believe most of them are, what, 12 mana costs? So that is not only a 3 mana cost increase, it is also a 5 gem spawn decrease. So that's a pretty huge nerf to Journey troops. Not sure if it's just going to be him or all of them or what the ordeal is, but that is a massive nerf that'll make them pretty much unusable outside of Journeys. Like, you'd still use them in Journey because you have to use at least 1 to get the multiplier. However, outside of Journey events, they will never be used again if all of them are going to become like that. Anyways, as far as the Badger, I don't know what you do. What do you do? It destroys a column, deals some damage to the last enemy and stuns them, then pulls both myself and them to the front. Ah, nice. Another movement option. Biggest issue is no follow-up, but that's a pretty fun ability. So it stuns your target, moves them to the front, and moves yourself to the front. It has Bloodthirsty, so it gains in rage after an enemy died, and has a little bit of score reduction. Not the greatest of setups, but rather unique. I don't think it's ever going to get used, but I like the premise of what it's trying to do. Put that on a Mythic with actual good traits and actual good ability, and that'll be a pretty good ability. Yeah, that's an interesting premise. Just lacks follow-up and usability, as you don't really want him to be your first slot. There are far better things you could put in your first slot, or, you know, that would move to your first slot. Even just something like of the same color like Ogress would do better than this. Well, of course, Ogress only moves herself to the first slot, not her and the enemy. However, it's still substantially better value than anything this thing will ever do, unfortunately. But I like the premise. Just in execution, it's going to be far too weak. Anyways, which is kind of funny because there's literally a rare that's around this premise, you know, Ogress, that is literally just stronger than him at a lower rarity. And of course, there's higher rarity options that are also better than it. But anyways, we also get the Badger Blade. This deals some damage to an enemy boosted by brown allies and beasts, which means it does basically nothing. I don't even need to check this thing's boost ratio. Unless it's like 20 or something, this thing is never going to get used. Realistically, it has about a 6. Okay, I'll go check. If I had to guess, it's a 6 on the dot. Exactly 6. It's not even 6. Okay, that thing's going to be so weak. It's only a 3. Well, even at 6, I was going to discontinue it as absolutely nothing. It has half that ratio. Oh no! Wait, they say it right here. Oh no. Oh wait, this is huge. Wait. The bombshell. Wait. I already probably know what this says, even though I haven't even read it. Oh no. Based on the context clues of what the journey troop is. Oh no, I don't want to read this. With the new balance changes to the Pathfinder troops, we have adjusted the level of journey event bosses, which appear every 5 battles. They have gained change from 10 levels to 8 levels. Okay, so they're making the level progression a little bit weaker to compensate for the fact that the journey troop is weaker. Are they not nerfing all the old ones? Or are they just keeping all the old ones broken beyond belief? Wait, it doesn't say that they're doing it yet, though maybe the next tier will. This will slow down how fast the battle difficulty increases in the event. This should be about 10% decrease in difficulty, though you get way less strength. So it's a way more difficulty than that, technically. Battles will give the same amount of miles as before. Okay, so here's the path. Okay, here's the one. That's probably scary. Okay, let's see this one. As we have now had more Pathfinder troops released, we have been keeping an eye on some of the emerging play patterns that everyone is now using those things. It's become clear that they currently have too much reliability with the looping around their gem creation. Due to this, we are going to make some balance changes to the Pathfinder troops that include gem creation. What's this? Hawthorne and Deathclaw will not be affected by this. Really? Wait, what? Which one are these two? Why do I forget which two these are? Wait, who are these two troops? Well, you don't even do anything. Oh, those are the 2 journey troops that do something that isn't the broken mechanic. Oh, I see. I forgot. We got journey troops that aren't just infinite loop. But yeah, those are just the 2 journey troops that have a completely useless ability to begin with. But all the ones that actually have a good ability. The base mana cost is being increased from 12 to 15. The boost ratio for the gem creation has been reduced from 3 times to 2 times, which effectively brings its total down from 15 to 11. And then this brings it down to 10. The base number of gems created from 3 to 2. So this brings what was effectively 15 or 16 if you had it shiny level 2 down to 10 or 11 now if you have it shiny level 2. While also having a higher mana cost. 11 gem spawn into 15 mana is generally not going to fill it all the way back up. It can, but it's going to be a lot more inconsistent. And this basically just kills every journey troop in the entire game, so... Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, the dragon meta was fun while it lasted. But, it's gone now. Time to just go Stellaryx on everything. Or Diamantina. Let's see. The boost ratio for the gem creation has been... I already read that. Wait, what is this? Oh, for shiny versions. Yeah, this is still the same thing. The only difference is you get 1 more gem spawn on the shiny version. So that's obviously, you know, what we just said. It's just shiny versions have 11 gem spawn instead of 10. Whereas before they had 16 instead of what they now have is 11. But anyways, this should allow opponents fighting against these troops a chance to counter them. I think you need to fix other ways of doing that. There are plenty of other teams that could do what they do already. Rather than getting stuck watching the troop just keep going. These changes will apply to the following troops. So, of course, we already know who all these are. Seekra, which is purple elf. Chalcedony, which is brown construct. Todd, which is green wargear. Huntmaster Ouroboros, which is red dragon. Sir Alwyn, who I completely forget. Hippolyta, which I also completely forget. It's Centaur something. She was completely useless. And, oh yeah, this must have been Knight. This must have been, like, Blue Knight. No wonder why I forget they exist. They're both so bad. And Igris is obviously that really fun yellow team. Sad to see that one go. We're gonna miss these two the most. Igris and, Huntmaster Ouroboros. Because that was the fun dragon team, and that was the, Infinite Loop Igris one. Though, honestly, Igris is probably still really strong with the Yellow Storm combination into it. But this is now just makes the other part of it, the Empower of the Ihi Cattle. This just makes Ihi Cattle better than Igris now, in a sense. And the nice thing about Ihi Cattle is it can be used in any yellow team. It doesn't have to be used in Pure Strix. Whereas, of course, Igris has to be Pure Strix to function. These troops will have a refund offered, but these refunds will only include souls and level, and trait stones and traits, because that's the only thing they have coded into the game, and they can't refund anything else. So those are the only 2 things that will get refunded. Basically meaning you're getting refunded for nothing. Oh, good thing I didn't overinvest into them. That's why I only spent $5 once. There's like an offer every single... Actually, we probably have it right now. There's this offer every single... No, not that one. Wait, where's the other one? Okay, I guess we don't have one. Oh, here it is. There's this offer every single week. And some people bought this for every single one of those troops, which means they would have spent 70 bucks if they did. I only did it once for the dragon. And then I think I shiny keyed Egress as well. Did I shiny key Egress? But I think those were the only two. I did for the dragon and the other thing. But yeah, things like this don't get refunded, obviously. So if you spent 70 bucks on all of them, you're out 70 bucks, unfortunately. Of course, you still get shininess. But their actual usefulness is completely gone, which is the main reason why most people bought it. So I'm really glad I only did it on the dragon, as we're only out 10 bucks instead of like 60 or 70. Anyways. What's the other thing? If you spent orbs to level up the troops, orbs will not be refunded, just to trade them out. Souls and trade stones will be friended instead. Any medals or shiny tokens spent on a troop remain in effect, as will any levels of rarity that were obtained from either orbs or duplicate copies. Okay, this refund system doesn't work at all in the current state of game, because these resources don't matter at all in the current state of game. This is a very old mechanic from like, gosh, 2015, 2016? And they have never updated it to include any other resource. So, yeah, it's basically pointless. I guess one funny thing you could do with it is you can have a non-fully traded max troop. So maybe we'll do that just for the fun of it. For example, you may have noticed over time that we have a bandit that is suspiciously gold deleted, but is missing a trait. We don't have stealthy on it. It's actually stronger without stealthy. And while the other ones aren't stronger, like without their final trait or something, it does allow the funny gimmick of, I might go gold elite level all of them and just refund them all. But it does lead to the funny gimmick where you can gold elite level something while having it not fully traded. You have to make sure you've gold elite level it before you refund it. But because the gold elite doesn't get refunded, but the trait stones do, you can have a weird combination of maintaining the gold elite, which normally requires a troop to be fully traded, while having them not be fully traded. So I might go do that to all 6 new troops. Let's actually do that right now, because I will forget if I don't do it literally right now. But yeah, let me go upgrade all 6 of them. I'm pretty sure some of them are already upgraded, if not all of them. But let's go upgrade every single one of those 6 or 8 or however many of those just were. Let's go through the whole list. We'll go through the list and double check. But I'm just going to go through that whole list. And also, what troop did I just upgrade? Where's the kingdom? What's the kingdom even called again? I already forget. Wait, Midnight, where are you? Midnight. I don't think I leveled him. Yeah, I didn't. That's why I wanted to double check. I traded him, but forgot to level him. But yeah, let me go ascend all those. So when we refund them tomorrow, they'll all be gold elite. Keep in mind, I think you can only refund them once, so you want to make sure you gold elite them beforehand if you're going to do this. But just for the fun of it, because they technically don't ever need their final trait ever again. So I can get their first 2 traits and just leave their 3rd trait untraded and then have a bunch of funny maxed out troops. But yeah, we can do it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's do it to all 7 of these. I'm pretty sure most of these are already upgraded, but I'll go double check. Secra, obviously already upgraded. Pretty sure more than half of these already are. But I'm still going to check them one at a time. Alright, Secra, check. Next. Alright, Chalcedony, you're definitely already upgraded. Why am I even checking? Almost all these are guaranteed. I think some of those weaker ones I didn't bother doing it for, though. Like these 2, I don't think I did it for. But we'll check each one just in case. So I'm pretty sure everyone except those 2. Oh, no, I didn't upgrade Todd. Alright, let me go upgrade Todd. That's why we checked. Alright, let's see. What do we need for this? Epics? You're epic, right? Yeah, epic. Alright, so we'll just do 1, 2, 3, boom. And we'll do it for each one of these. Oh, so hello, everyone, by the way. I didn't even say all the hellos. Hope you guys have been having a wonderful weekend and a wonderful Vault weekend. Gosh, there's a lot of chat. I need to catch up on chat. Wait, give me a moment. I was just going over so much, I haven't gone over all the other things. Hello, Bill. Hello, Lester. Hello, Asani. Hello, Jonian. Hello, Draco. Hello, Chad. Hello, Nightmare. Hello, yeah. Hello, Mark. Hello, how's everyone's grinding? It's been going pretty average. Hello, Timmy. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Lester. No, we're going to be doing a ton tonight. I think the stream's still going to go for like 4 hours long or something. Hello, Miss Insane Witch. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Lester. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Cookie. Hello, who else hello to? Hello, hello, Supernova. Hello, Minnie. Hello, Jonian. Let's see. Hello, Defiant. Hello. Hello, LeDrew. Hello, Jamie. You can keep the shiny, but remove the worthless Pathfinder trait. Yeah, pretty much. Hello, everyone else. And hello, everyone who doesn't say hello. Anyways. Alright, so let's go upgrade these. Because I kind of want to do that. If they're all going to get nerfed, we're at least getting some value from this. We're going to have some people join our bandit in the not fully traded, but still somehow gold elite level troops. That means we'll have 8 of them now. Bandit and then the 7, unless I misclick on one of them tomorrow. Which I wouldn't be surprised if I do. Also, I should use some anus for this. This is going to cost a lot of metals, so all fairness, there shouldn't be that many I don't have upgraded from these. Probably only like another 3, I would say. Okay, let me go check the list. So Todd, Huntmaster. Huntmaster's definitely upgraded. There's no way we haven't. Oh, so thank you, Lester, for the 69. Let's see. Did I do... Oh, yeah, someone was mentioning that earlier. Grand Blue Fantasy. I'll need to look into it after stream. I didn't bother earlier. Like, someone else, I think, was mentioning it earlier who actually wasn't you, too. So, we have multiple people requesting it now. No, I guess I'll peek at it. See what it is. Let's see. Huntmaster Boris. Did we do Huntmaster already? Yeah, we did. No, we didn't. Well, he should already be upgraded. There's no way he's not. Huntmaster. There's a 100% chance he is already. Yeah, he is. Okay. Still checking. I thought Todd was too, and he wasn't apparently. This one definitely isn't, and the next one definitely isn't. Sir Alwyn. 100% this guy's not upgraded. He's pretty bad. Yeah, he deals... wait. Oh, that's the wrong one. Wait, how did I spell the name? Oh, it's Ale... Oh, I forgot the I. Oh, he's already upgraded too. Huh. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, yes, he is. Why did I upgrade this guy? Huh. Of all the ones, I don't have Todd upgraded, but I have you upgraded of all things? Weird. I guess because I was using it for the event week, so I wanted a bit more strength because they were so bad I needed the extra strength. Hippolyta isn't. So I'm gonna go upgrade her. Alright, let's double check her rarity again. I know they're all epics. I still feel the need to check though. Can you just search Pathfinder? Yes, but it'll have a lot of other things that aren't the specific Pathfinder we're looking for. Or maybe not. Because there are a few other Pathfinders, but most of them are this Pathfinder. You know, we'll use an Anu here. I'm running low on epics. Actually, no. We'll be fine. Let's keep doing it this way. Because I think I already have one more to go do. And I'd rather save the Anus for Mythics. I mean, for Legends. Because we don't need them for Mythics anymore. Alright. And now the final one is Egris. And obviously Egris is already upgraded. And I will go type in Pathfinder at the end just to double check. Alright, Pathfinder. Alright, check. Okay, they have all been upgraded. Alright, now we can go refund all of them tomorrow. And we are deliberately not going to get their final trait on each one. We're only going to get the first 2 traits. Because their first 2 traits are actually useful. But then we can have each one not have their Pathfinder trait because they never need it again. And then we'll have a bunch of troops that can then join Bandit in the weird max, but not actually max troop category. So Bandit cannot be alone anymore. Because if I go click upgradable right now, he's all alone. He's been so alone for like the last 5 years or however long it's been since he got buff nerfed. Because I actually made Bandit stronger. For these other ones, it makes no consequence on them. But on Bandit, he's actually stronger without stealthy than with it. But yeah, Bandit's all alone here in the upgrade category. Now we can get a whole page of them. Because he's going to have, like, what, another 6 joining him? Another 7? How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're going to have a whole page of unupgraded troops here, then. Well, Bandit and 7 Journey troops starting tomorrow. All 7 of those Journey troops, I'll just drop their final trait on. I got to remember not to accidentally give it to them. I'll probably misclick it on one of them. But, alright, there we go. He'll not be alone soon. Anyways, in other news, was there anything else to go over this week? But yeah, that's a pretty big bombshell. Anyways, what else? So as far as other things going on this week, we have the following. What week are we up to right here? Of course, the current Kingdom event is ending, so if you haven't finished that, you still have several more hours left. Under Spire is normal. Journey is getting nerfed into the ground. Faction is pretty standard. We just have it for the Primal Rift. Wednesday, we're not getting a new one, just a standard Owl Bunny. Which is Beast bonus. Thursday, we have class event for Archer. And Friday's the most relevant thing probably happening next week, other than Journey getting nerfed into the ground. But that is a brand new faction. We're getting a new faction with 4 new troops for the Midnight Kingdom. And it's by far the biggest thing that we are getting all of next week. And that's pretty much the game plan. So really just Monday and Friday then, as is most Gems of War weeks. Monday, they're completely nerfing Journey events, and Friday, we're getting a brand new faction. Anyways, I believe I already have the Spider Max. I don't recognize him, but it's because it's one of those ones where you get it like full max. I believe he came out with that one's little carry rework the other year. But anyways, let's go do some dailies and natural battles now. Oh, I thought we were going to get top 3. Ooh, luckily those traps do nothing. Hey, diamonds though. Okay, let's go bring out our team. Was there anyone that mentioned that other thing other than you? I have no clue. It might have just been you. Unless Mr. Z mentioned it. Let's see. Why, is it a weird game? It doesn't sound like one, but knowing what you suggest, I wouldn't be surprised. I will take that one over. Alright, there we go. 1 down, 2 to go. But yeah, we're probably going to be going for another 3 to 3.5 hours tonight. We're just going to be going for a while. I almost want to say we're going to midnight, to be honest. And hopefully I'll be awake enough to just cover the reset video, too. But yeah, I can't believe they nerfed all the Journey troops. It's gonna be so sad now. I'm gonna miss the Egress and Dragon team. But yeah, I guess the entire meta now, as far as like endgame super broken teams, is just insta-kill spam or run either Diamantina or Stellarix. Because all those like really upper mythics are just the entire meta now. They kind of already were, but now even more so now that we don't have like the mid-range infinite loop options. Because that kills them all enough that you're probably not even going to be running them necessarily in the restrictions now. I guess you kind of have to in some restrictions when there's like literally nothing else. But something like Dragon restriction, you might not even run the Huntmaster anymore. As you'd probably get better value from just using Empower into Weapon into Dragons than you would from using Huntmaster. And a few other categories are probably going to be like that too. Like, actually, oh, that's a huge change to Chalcedony. You know how big of a nerf that is to Constructs now? One of the main things that even brought Constructs back was the fact Chalcedony exists. I guess you still kind of, to some degree, have like the Lord of Slaughter route. But yeah, that's a huge nerf to Constructs. It is Sunspear all over again? No, that was a different kind of issue. I wouldn't say it's the whole Sunspear thing over again. Though, is the backlash to it that high? Because the Sunspear backlash was really, really funny. Is that what the forum's been like the last, like, week? Because I know someone made a post about it. But now we see it, like, confirmed. Actually, I never did get to check the post. You know what? Let's go check the official post. Because it's probably on the forum by now. I checked the official post on the website. But this is the official post on the website. Let's check the official post on the forum of the website. Because if we go over here... Unfortunately, it's going to look very broken, but... Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Alright, let's see. What do we have there? Let's see. This is, the thread's going to turn pretty ugly soon. Let's see. They knew. Let's see. This page looks pretty broken. That's the thingy... let's see. I know, that was a really good option for newer players. I'm surprised they nerfed it that hard. Like, I guess it did need to be toned down a little, but this mostly just hurts newer players. Like, obviously, it barely affects us. We're just gonna keep running Stellarix the whole time for most things. Like, it's barely gonna affect us in most of the categories. But this is a huge nerf to quite a few categories that just naturally had nothing. Like, War Gear has, like, nothing because Volpecia has been barely getting anything. Which would be fixed at some point. Just need to add more Volpecia troops to the game. There's a lot of categories like that they were for that just don't do anything. Like Centaurs as well. Centaurs, even with that troop, was useless. Now that the troop's nerfed into the ground, they truly have nothing other than, like, World Breaker. Da-da-da, 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 da-da-do, da-da-do. There's not as much discussion on it as I thought it would be. Though in all fairness, this was posted like an hour ago, so it hasn't had much time to have discussion. But anyways. Plus, I think there was already a mega thread on it someone else made earlier before that even came out. So most of the discussion was probably already there. But anyways, so let's go do more things. We did that. Let's go clear out adventure board. Anything good today? No. Well, adventure board's done. That's already done. Gosh, so many things are done because we played earlier today. Like every daily's already done. I'll take that. Okay, any other daily to go do? I guess Underspire. We already finished a near perfect Underspire. The closest we've ever had to doing so. But yeah, for any of you that might have missed it last night, our Underspire is actually a perfect completion minus one mistake. The one and only mistake in the entire Underspire was right here. It was one mistake for 2 rooms. And it got us an 82 with only one mistake of 2 rooms. Which is the more important thing, one mistake of 2 rooms, because the amount of rooms you have can differ depending on layout. But we only made 1 mistake with 2 rooms total in that mistake. Which is really hard to make only a 1 mistake that's 1 room long, so generally if you're making 1 mistake, it's going to be a 2 room long one. But yeah, otherwise it's a completely perfect Underspire. The best we've ever had yet in the history of us doing Underspire. But we still have 12 torches left, so let's go see if we can find some dead end rooms. Now we got to deliberately find some bad rooms. Alright, where should we go? Let's see. Where are most likely places that are completely dead end? Let's see. Where's primary path? It's already on primary path. Right here is a great dead end location. This is pretty much guaranteed double dead end. Yeah, let's go through the whole place and grab every double dead end we could find. And see if we can get the 3rd legend, hopefully. We're still only 2 in out of 6. And it is possible to get repeats, last I recall. Like most things in the game. Which I really wish it wasn't that way. But hello, Mr. Z. Welcome. Let's see. Okay, we found a tier 1. A little bit of a low tier, but as long as it drops a legend, doesn't matter what tier it is. I was a low tier, and if I didn't already say hi. Also, hello, Logic Slayer. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. We'll take that one over. Also, Tyrion, did you try the new Pokemon event yet? Not the new DLC that you were talking about, but the new, like, flaming chicken one. Why do I forget its name? Not Torchic. The final version of Torchic. Blaziken, that's the one. Because I was just looking at it casually because I saw that it's going to be again, like, the following weekend, so I didn't bother doing it this weekend. But for my one attempt that I did, gosh, does it seem like a hard fight. We'll actually need to build something properly for it. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't had time either. I just peeked at it with one single battle. And it seems like one of the harder ones we've had. There's probably some way to cheese it. I just need to actually build something for it for once rather than just use something on reserve. Okay, here's a double dead end. Actually, no, that's on primary path. Wait, how far off is this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this one, for sure. But yeah, I still can't believe they're nerfing all the journey troops. It's going to be a big part of tomorrow's video. It's going to be kind of sad. I'm mostly going to miss the Egress and Huntmaster ones. I also feel like that's mostly a hit to newer players as well. Because that gets rid of a lot of really good, like, early mid-game options. Not that there isn't already a ton, but it does get rid of some of the stronger ones we've had in recent times. Let's see. Take the red into the purple. Gosh, are they gonna nerf Stellarix next? No, I don't think they really ever nerf Mythics these days. Oh, 2 torches. That's not quite what I need right now. Let's see. Generally, if something's hard to obtain, they, like, never nerf it. They only really nerf hard the things that are low rarity that are broken beyond belief. The only exception to that is Thrall and similar things to Thrall. It's one of those really weird exceptions where I'm surprised they've never nerfed it. Like Leprechaun, Thrall, stuff like that. It's one of those categories of troops where it's kind of weird that they haven't nerfed it rather than the other way around. Because they are really broken mana accumulation. I don't know. I'm not sure how the difficulty scaling will be on Journey. I don't think they reduced enough of the difficulty. Like, just reducing it by 2 levels every, like, set of battles is not that much of a nerf to the difficulty. Even in the post, they said it's only, like, a 10% difficulty increase. Yet they made the troop, like, 50 times worse. Doesn't seem like a balanced ratio. Are they trying to kill the game? No. It is definitely the most controversial change they've made in a while. It's one of the reasons I feel like they haven't really done balance patches much. They normally always lead to more controversy than anything. And this one will be no different. The biggest issue is that they don't, like, rebalance everything. They only rebalance, like, one very specific thing ever so occasionally. Like, a nerf like that wouldn't matter as much if they also, like, buffed some other things. As well as nerfed other things that are broken. Like, nerfing just one random thing out of nowhere just doesn't really work that well. Really? Double nothing? I was not expecting that to be a double nothing. Interesting. Let's take some of the earlier ones so we don't have to deal with as hard as fights. Like this section over here or something. We got 8 more torches to go find some dead-end rooms. Hopefully we can find something. Ideally a legend. Yeah, here we can just one-shot them easily. Honestly, I should move Stellarks to first slot in this situation. Be way quicker. Ooh, double. That's exactly what I want to say. Yeah, honestly, I think the main reason they're nerfing it is because of the new PvP system. The problem with that is that still leaves a lot of categories with a lackluster amount of options. But yeah, it's a huge, huge nerf to the speed of a lot of the categories. Luckily, you'll still have access to the color category, so if you want to farm VP, you can still do it that way. But that does mean silver mark farming is oh, excuse me, is going to be substantially slower going forward. Because a lot of categories just lost their best option, or even their only option in some situations. Alright, come on, legend. More torches. I don't need more torches. I need the paths we're going down to give something. Do I bother using 2 torches to go over here? Actually, technically it'd be 3. I don't think that's worth it yet. We have a double path, double path. I need a double leading to a double, though. Can I get a double-double? I'm gonna go over here and see if we can get a double-double. It's a nice early section. But yeah, at least, Gems of War is filling out their, drama quota for the month. They always gotta get, like, one thing in every single month, normally. And this month is, and they're starting nice and early this year. But yeah, this year they're starting with the, whole Journey nerf. As long as they, actually bolster out the rest of the categories, it's not gonna be too bad over time. Like, this nerf is gonna be felt very hard initially. But over time, ideally, they would just add enough options to every category so, you know, they're actually usable. Like centaurs, for example. very lacks like any option that's remotely synergistic. At some point we will get a drop. I guess double Yasmin's technically the best thing we've gotten so far, which is kind of sad. Because that is not a good drop. That is somehow also the best drop we've gotten. I'm just gonna go this way where the last 4 torches, I guess. Yeah, these dead ends are not nice to us today. Yeah, Divine Ishbala, there's no reason why it should be 40% still. I do feel like in the current state of the game, it would not be broken if they add a 50% mana start to every category. There are some that it is slightly questionable for, most notably goblins. However, I think the current balance of the game can survive if every category had a 50% mana start. Is in current state of the game, Divine having 50% definitely would do nothing. Like, you're not going to see a resurgence of Divine teams if it goes back to 50%. You might see a slight, small uptick, because people see that you get 50% now. But it's not going to bring back, like, the old Divine meta at all. Though it might make Ubistet skyrocket a little bit in usage. Because they would still maintain the Ubistet nerf that happened a long while ago. But Ubistet's nerf actually has less of an effect over time. Because as attack goes up and up higher and higher, he actually gains more beneficial. So the fact that he got nerfed on his ratio isn't as big. Wait, we're out of torches? Oh, that's sad. Wow, we got nothing. Wow, we got literally nothing from those torches. Oh, there we go. We got 2 Yasmin tokens. That's it. That was horrible. In 15 fights, all we got was 2 Yasmin tokens. And not a single legend. Alright, are we done with everything? Like weekly and daily wise. Let's do one last head count. Adventure board, check. You know, I'll grab the glory, why not? I'll go grab this glory real quick just so we grab something from it, I guess. There's hello, Crisp! Hello, Abac! Hello, Dragor! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're about to go run like an hour Palooza after this. I think the game plan is go run every Palooza we need to hit our 300 goal. Which will probably take us to the end of the next hour. So my time, that'd be like 10 o'clock. And then after that, I think we do PvP until we have all the silver marks for the final pet we need. Because I'm sitting on like 300 something, we need 750. Which it should take a little over an hour. I think last time we checked, it's like 300 to 400 an hour. Silver marks. It's heavily dependent on what battles we get, obviously. I don't know, 50% Goblin would be really funny in the current state of game. I don't think it would be broken, though. There's a lot of counterplay to Goblins that didn't used to exist back in the day. Goblins aren't really even used that much. The biggest issue Goblin teams really have in the current state of game is their damage output's actually kind of bad. Their loop capability is really good, but their overall damage output compared to other things in the game right now is kind of lagging behind some of the better options. There's a lot of really good low rarity Goblins. I'm just checking every category. Okay, we're done with literally everything. So, including under Spire, which we got a perfect on. -1 mistake. And then we just scouted out the rest and got nothing. But anyways, we good now? Let's go do Paloozas then. Go run like an hour, 15-minute Paloozas, get 5 more, go get our goal. This should bring us to 13 total Paloozas and 300 something Volkies. And you know what? We gotta throw 5 Paloozas. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 EXP boosters. You know what that means? Let's go finally use this EXP boosters. I'm gonna use each one with 1 Palooza, might as well. Get all these down. Would have been a little bit more efficient if I did it while I was verse farming, but a lot of my verse farming was like in and out. Where I would do it for like a couple minutes, check on something else, do it for like a couple minutes. So using a 15-minute booster would have actually been slower for it. So I'm just gonna use all 5 of these boosters on our next 5 Paloozas. The problem with Truffle normally is he's very team dependent. Like, he doesn't have that much flexibility in what you can use him in. Like, Beatrix you can plop down in, like, any team. But Truffle is super, super team dependent what you end up using to make him loop. Whereas, Beatrix is a lot more like Leprechaun. Where almost any team you can just plop it on and it does something. Whereas you can't quite do the same with Truffle. Even though I personally would say Truffle is better. But Beatrix is stronger, but Truffle is better, if that makes any sense. Truffle's more consistent, whereas Beatrix has a higher potential to be stronger, as well as more uniqueness to it, having true damage, extra turn potential, though way less extra turn potential, but still extra turn potential, and having, obviously, its cleanse, which is the most noteworthy aspect by far. Alright, let me go bring up the timer. I actually don't have the timer up right now. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the timers. I'm looking for a loading screen. Loading, loading, loading. Come on, this is my main computer. Why does it take so long to open this? There it goes. Took like 3 times. I guess I misclicked every time. Let's see. Wow, it really doesn't want to open today, does it? There it goes. Alright, let's make sure the timer is timering. The timer is indeed timering. Yep, timer is timering. Alright, there we go. Alright. So, let's go do it. Let's go do an XP booster, straight into a Palooza, straight into 5 of them. Let's start from the top. Also, let me go hand out the first code. We'll hand out 3 codes tonight. We're going for quite a while. Let me go hand out this code, and then we'll have another 2 later down this stream. But there you guys go. The very first one. Enjoy. And let's go finish the Vault grind. Our goal, like most Vault weekends, including the one in about 2 weeks, is we're going for 300. Nice even ground. Not too many, not too little. Just nice little middle ground that's really easy to do most weekends. Without being too high of a goal that would be very bad if we got like super unlucky on it. Go to games, go to Soulforge, go to other. Go to Palooza, and we have exactly 5, which oddly enough is exactly how many we need. Oh no, I didn't start the timer at the right time. Oh no. Wait, alright, that's fine, that's fine. I accidentally started the timer for the XP booster. I need to start the timer for the other one though. Oh, is that the right team? Alright, we're good to go. But I need to start the timer when the Palooza starts, not when the XP booster starts. We finally got the blue dragon? Nice. Yeah, once you have all the dragons out of the way, it's just a matter of getting a Dragonite for it. Which only takes about a month, give or take a little. And we have another Vault weekend in like 2 weeks from now, so that's a great time to go get more Dragonite. Actually, you might even be able to finish it by then. Depending on how much you grind for or how much Dragonite you get between them. You assume it's due to the programming for the new terror effect. What? But you've had a scenario happen 3 times now. Still getting rewards from battles. Despite the gnome running. Oh yeah, that's been something that's been happening for a while now. And yeah, everyone's been attributing it to terror. But yeah, that's been the case in 7.3 patch. Is that all runaways and all locations count as a kill. When it comes to, not in the sense that it counts as a kill for boost ratio, but it counts as a kill for getting the reward. So it is actually currently impossible to lose any gnome loot. This will probably be fixed by next patch, I would assume. But at least currently, anytime a gnome runs away, you will get the full amount of loot from them. Which is obviously not supposed to happen. Though one slight downside of it is I feel like when they fix it, they might overcompensate fix it and also fix it for Vault keys. Vault keys for the longest time have had it. So if the gnomes run away there, they will give the full amount of loot. This was a leftover mechanic from when Vault keys were way harder to get than in current state of game. Where you're talking like a single-digit number of Vault keys per Vault event. Whereas now it's pretty easy to do triple-digit without even trying for the most part. Whereas back in the day, they were way, way rare. Like 20 times rarer than they are now. Like 10, 20 times rarer. And back then, you would always get all the loot, even if they ran away, as long as you won the fight. But I feel like they might change that if they overcompensate for the other ones. Like, if they make it so they fix it so the other ones running away don't give loot, I think they might actually finally fix it for Vault keys as well. Which isn't too big a deal. It would affect newer players, I guess, ever so slightly. Obviously, people in the later in the game can easily one-shot, two-shot a Vault battle. Even if you don't have Diamantina, there's other options like Phoenicia and such. And even without that, just running like 2 standard AoE is pretty much enough. Just 2 really cheap ones. Like, one shot is ideal because it's quicker, but there's plenty of teams that kill them. It's not like it's a hard fight, it's 3 red gnomes with a Cedric. Oh, so someone's spamming a lot of hearts. I've been seeing that going for like the last minute now. I'm just looking at the side of my thing. I keep thinking like it's someone chatting in chat. But just the heart thing going crazy. Yeah, it is a decently long grind to get 3,000 Dragonite. But you can get several hundred within a Vault weekend. You could buy, what, 50 a day if you do go down that route. Plus the RNG of getting 120 per day, potentially. Which in 2 weeks is likely to happen once. But yeah, getting 3,000 can take a couple months. Like anywhere from 1 to 3 months, depending on circumstances. Yeah, I do always wish you got, like, more Dragonite consistently from it. I wasn't in the beta test at the time. But one thing I was able to push for as far as RNG that they were going to add that they didn't. Adventure Board. Adventure Board was originally going to be random for everyone. Like what loot you end up getting per day. But I and a few others during one of the betas was able to convince them to not make it that way. Unfortunately, they have gotten a lot of RNG-based things in since then. When I wasn't on beta test, and other people, I guess, just weren't mentioning it or just couldn't get it through. But one of the most annoying ones is definitely the Dragonite one. Like the Dragonite from dungeons. Because if you don't get perfect dungeon run, you get almost nothing. Like obviously you get the same loot that you used to from way back when, before they reworked dungeons. But as far as the rework system, when they started adding Dragonite, there's like no pity system to it. And there's no way you could even like check for traps or anything like that. It's a very weird luck-based system. It gives you absolutely zero unless you get lucky. Which is just the weirdest part about it. At least it should give you like a small amount. Like 10 a battle or something. You know, 10 a battle as in like 10 total across the 3 battles. You just skip doing dungeons if you get the trap. Well, you still want to do it for diamonds, unless you have every mythic in the game. I have every mythic in the game, I still go for it for diamonds, just in case they add anything to use diamonds on. But even if you fail it, you would still want it for the diamonds. Even on the every day other than Sunday, when you only get like 20 diamonds, it's still really worth it for 20. They add up pretty quickly over time. I mean, not quickly, but you know, they add up over time. Like, when you need them and don't have them, you're going to wish you had them. Which is why I just always go for them. As it's a relatively slow currency to earn if you just need a ton out of nowhere for some reason. Like, if they add a patch where you need, like, 20,000, it is not a short duration to get 20,000 diamonds. Oh, during Vault event, you just skip it. Oh, okay. That makes sense. You only do Sunday on fails? Yeah, Sunday gives a lot. I think it's like 70 or something. I don't remember. I don't normally pay attention to number these days because we don't really need the diamonds. I think it's like 60 or 70 on, I must say 70 on Sundays. Wait, what bind are you referring to? Yeah, Lester. I know. I'm with Lester. What bind are you referring to? I agree with Lester for once. Because I read the other comment and now I'm confused as well. Oh, that button? I don't know. Is there a way to remove it? Because it was just magically appeared there one day. And I didn't really think there'd be a toggle option for it. But if there is, its default is on. Oh no, I could turn it off if everyone wanted it off. Oh no, YouTube just turned it on one day when they added the feature and I just never bothered turning it off. Oh, I could probably find it. I just didn't realize it was toggleable. I just assumed they added it there and you couldn't remove it. I never really thought like, oh, it's a toggle option in the back end buried in the YouTube thing. Yeah, it does cover the chat. It makes it really hard to see the most recent comment when it's a really long message. So hello, Sushi Ninja. Welcome, welcome. We found an amazing spread dip at Costco. It has a really good blend of flavor and texture. If you like Greek foods, I like a couple Greek foods. You will love the dip. It's called bacon date goat cheese dip. Interesting. Which I haven't had dates ever. I've had food like dates, but I'm not sure if I've ever eaten a date. Or if I have, they didn't call it a date. They called it by some other similar word. Like, I know generally, like, what they are. That's definitely interesting. I'm not sure if I've ever had goat cheese, though. The only problem with that, too, is I don't have a Costco thingy. Which I don't even know anyone who does these days. Or at least near me, anyways. My dad used to a ton. The biggest issue is there's not really a Costco near me. Like, conveniently close. Like, they're around, but not, like, close around. Like, you'd have to go out of your way if you wanted to go food shopping at one near me. But yeah, I haven't been in a Costco for almost a decade now that I think about it. I remember getting a lot of good stuff at them. Yeah, I know it's like a prune-like thing. Like, I've had prunes and prune-adjacent fruits before. I'm just not sure if I've ever had a date. Or if they just called it by some other prune name if I did. It's a category of food I've eaten. I'm just not sure if I've had a date specifically before. But I've had date-adjacent foods that probably taste like near exactly like them. You used a bronze orb to... on every mythic? Nice! I actually haven't even checked to see if I'm able to yet. I feel like I could by now. Especially after we open all the Vault keys. Which that might be something we do before the end of this month. I think we're gonna finish opening every Vault key, ideally before next Vault weekend. Which means we'll have to open 600 in like 2 weeks, which is like 50 a day. But, I think we might try opening every Vault key before next Vault weekend. And then right before that Vault weekend, I think we finally go Bronze Elite every Mythic in the game. Because I feel like we should have enough very soon, if not already there. Are they a lot different? I've always heard prunes and dates are pretty similar. Oh no, because I've never had a date. So I wouldn't know. It's not close? Okay. I wouldn't know, I never had one. They are always seem similar. That's a fruit I've never really seen in stores, though. Like a date, specifically. Or if I have, I just didn't recognize I've seen it. Hey, we've never had a date? Don't tell Lester that. Ha 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 ha. Under Spire killed Explore 12? Pretty much, to be honest. Like, I did almost no Explore 12 last year. It's the least I've ever done Explore 12 in any year. And this year's on track to be even less Explore 12. Let's say add something to incentivize it, or add a higher level Explore. Because that'd be one way to fix Explore 12, would be to add Explore 15. Well, it technically wouldn't fix Explore 12, but it would make it so everyone would do Explore 15 or whatever new level they add. So I gotta remember, I gotta stop like 10 seconds before the end of this timer. Because I did the timer slightly wrong at the beginning. I think we can get one more fight in after this. Gotta go really quick here. Go. I'm not sure if we're gonna make it in time. Did we make it? There's a chance we didn't. Okay, good, we did. Oh, we did it on a Dragonite Gnome too! Oh, that's huge. I think this is the first time ever we've gotten a Dragonite Gnome on the exact final fight of a battle. Right before timer reset. Like, we've had it for our final fight, but we've never had it on the final fight. Like, directly on it without having to wait at all. Yeah, that's a very last-second Dragonite Gnome. Perfect timing. And it paid off, too. 60 Dragonite. 7,500 souls. Yeah, that's the most perfectly timed Dragonite Gnome we've ever had. Very nice. Alright, one down. At least 3 to go. Though, realistically, 4. We're at 499. We started at what? We started at 296, but we're counting as 300, so we're at 199. Not too bad. It's 25. 199? How many epics are we up to? We started at 73, so we're now at 12. We didn't get any! Oh, no, I did that wrong. Wait, we got a lot. Hold up. We started at 73, which means we're at, oh, never mind. We're at 16. Oh, we did really good on epics. And that's 9 Paloozas. Yeah, there we go. Let's do another 3, see if that's enough, counting pity. And if it is, we'll end it there, and if not, we'll do another one. And when I say end it there, that doesn't mean the end of stream, because we still have to go do like a whole hour of PvP after that, too. Or even longer. That would just be the end of us running Paloozas, not the end of the stream. Which will probably almost be when we hand out the next code, probably. But yeah, the game plan is to run 3-4 these boosters with 3 or 4 more Paloozas. So let's keep going. Start up the Sinks timer. Go on to the next one. Go over to... Hey, Trippet's ready. Go to Games. Go to Soulforge. Other. And where's the Palooza section? Palooza, where are you? There you are. Alright. On to the next one. But we're going to run 3 more of these. This one and 2 more. See where our Volky number is at. And then from there, probably do like either another one of these and then an hour of PvP or so. We still need to go finish out that final pet. No, I didn't get the second silver pet. We're still going to be doing that tonight. We're doing about an hour more Palooza and then an hour plus of PvP. So we're still here for like another 2 hours then. Very long tonight. And then assuming I'm awake enough, I'll probably stay up and just record the video. Because we got a lot of big info drops tomorrow. The most noteworthy one is the Journey nerf. Journey troops being nerfed into the ground. Yeah, they'll mostly affect newer players and PvP. It doesn't really affect too much else for the most part, though. Like, most of the meta teams are actually unaffected by all those troops being nerfed. They kind of formed their own version of meta teams, but now that they're all gone, other than maybe, like, Construct, there aren't too many categories that are, like, super affected by it. As far as things that were meta that won't be meta anymore. Because the dragon ones didn't really need the dragon. I guess the Strix teams kind of needed it, but there's plenty of other ways to do it. You just crafted Stellarix? Oh, that is huge. Nice. Huge congrats. Yeah, Stellarix is a lot of fun. Honestly, I've been having a lot more fun with it than I thought I would. It's one of those things where it's really easy to underestimate how strong a few elemental stars are. I feel like it's the most underrated mechanic in the game. Well, maybe not underrated. But it's one of those mechanics on face value where it's like, oh, 3 stars, that's like nothing. And then you actually see what it can physically do mana-wise, and it's like, oh wait, that's like 50-something mana? Well, not 50-something. But his ability, if all of them pop, is almost 50-something mana. Because that's 3 plus shapes and 3 X shapes. And one thing that's really interesting about it, too, is it's better than Explode. Because Explode only gives 50% mana. But the stars are destroy mechanic. So you gain 100% of all the mana they destroy. So even if you only get like 40 gems out of it, you're still getting more mana than if you full exploded an entire board. So I wonder if they'll ever unnerf Explode. Explode was nerfed 2 times. It used to give 100% mana, then was nerfed to 70%, and then was nerfed to what it is now, which is 50% mana. But ever since then, Destroy has obviously become the new Explode. Which is kind of funny, because there are ways to full destroy an entire board. And that was kind of the thing that was too broken with Explode, because it was so easy to full explode an entire board. But now we have multiple different mechanics all across many, many troops that can, you know, just destroy the whole board. Which is effectively exploding the whole board, except twice the amount of mana now. So it's basically pre-nerf Explode. I wonder if they're ever going to rebalance that in some way. That or just unnerf Explode. That'd be kind of funny, though. If Explode went from 100% then to 70%, then to 50%, then back to 100%. Because it would be a lot easier for them to fix bringing Explode back into balance than it would be to nerf everything down to Explode. Because nerfing everything down to Explode would be really hard to do. Where simply just buffing Explode would be the easiest fix they could possibly do. Because honestly, in the current state of the game, if every troop right now that has Explode got 100% mana again, I don't think they would be broken compared to what currently exists. Some of them would definitely be substantially stronger, of course. But I don't think a single one of them would become, like, the new meta overnight. They'd be used a lot more. But, they're definitely not as broken now as they would have been in the past. That's just going to tone down all mana accumulation in the game. But that would take a lot of rebalances. They got to do a lot more than just nerf 7 Journey troops. Yes, Doom Skulls only give 50% mana. Actually, I think Doom Skulls came after the nerf, so at no point did Doom Skulls actually ever give 100% mana. Because I'm pretty sure Doom Skulls came after, the Explosion nerf. I know for sure Uber Doom Skulls did. I can't remember if normal Doom Skulls did. But I'm pretty sure they came after all the mana nerfs already occurred. So they were always 50% mana. Because Doom Skulls didn't come until pretty late. It came with the Drak Zoom Kingdom. Which was one kingdom before they stopped adding kingdoms, with Cinder Mirage being the last one that they did for like 5 years until they started adding more again. Which I don't remember off the top of my head. Does anyone remember the first kingdom of the ones when they started adding kingdoms again? Was it Nexus or was it something else? But I feel like it was Nexus. Probably because Elementals was so broken. But I actually can't remember. What was the... Does anyone remember the first of the new kingdoms they started adding since they started adding kingdoms again? It'd be the kingdom that happened after Cinder Mirage. I actually don't remember off the top of my head. I want to say it was Nexus, but it could have been something else. Because if it was Nexus, they started pretty strong with that. And then went very far downhill. Though, oddly enough, the synergy in Nexus is actually pretty weak. It's mostly carried by a absurdly broken hero class. Your nomometer says you're 2 of 3 out of 330 for your next pity key. Oh gosh, that's a lot of pity keys found then. The easiest way to ever figure out your total amount of pity keys is divide the bigger number by 5 and -1, and that's how many pity keys you have. So if your current number says like anything out of 500, that means you're at 99 pity keys. Or like 250 would be 49. So on and so forth. It's the quickest way to figure out your pity key number without keeping the total. I personally just like the mail saying the exact number that is. But if you're claiming them constantly, the other way to do is just divide the number by 5 and then -1. You've killed 10,928 gnomes. Yeah, that's another way to break it down too, is take it based on the actual gnome drop rate. Because each one has, you know, the exact number. 5, 10, 15, 20, so on and so forth added together. But hello, Chad. Welcome, welcome. I personally never really think of it as, like, total gnomes, though. I always think of it in, like, in order of vault keys rather than in order of, gnomes slaughtered. Hey, you lived. That's not nice. I have no follow-up. Get in there. This team distinctly lacks any option for that. So welcome back, Chad. Yeah, I think Nexus was the first one when they started adding kingdoms again. Because I can't think of anyone that happened prior to it. So it had to have been Nexus. Unless I'm just really forgetting. Because they had like 4 or 5 years of no new kingdoms, and then they started doing them again. And due to them delaying the kingdom we were supposed to have last month, which was Midnight, of course, which came out this month instead. This could be the first year we have 2 kingdoms in a year for 6 years? 5 years? Because the last time we had 2 in a year was when Sinner Mirage and Drakzoom came into the game. Where Drakzoom was earlier in the year, and Sinner Mirage was, I believe, near the summer, and was the last one. Like, it was around August, whereas I think Drakzoom was, like, February or something. Summer's around there. But, yeah. So it'd be the first one since then. And I want to say that was 2017? 2018? It's been a good while. I can't remember the exact year off the top of my head. I know it was pre-pandemic. Latest it could have been was 2019, though. I'm pretty sure it was 2018. Hey, Dragonite Gnome. A little early. If you could just appear on the last fight magically again, that'd be great. That was very convenient. Guy in your guild shared a formula to figure out the number of gnomes. He takes the, He takes his no murdering seriously. Yeah, you would have to do some kind of formula that takes into account the power of, or however you account for that. I forget what equation thing you have to do for that, though. That's some algebra stuff right there. Because you'd have to add every number together, but only every fifth number. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, all those together up to a certain number. Whereas normally when you do it, it's like every single one. Like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to some number. You'd specifically have to do every fifth number. There's some achievement. I mean, there's some formula for it. There should be an achievement for killing 1 million gnomes in a single event. That would be impossible. Wait. You know how hard that would be? Even 100,000 would be near impossible. Out of curiosity, if we're running a Palooza non-stop, how many would we kill? Let's say on average, even though we can win a little bit quicker, let's say we're only killing 5 battles a minute. For 20, wait. 5 battles a minute, which is, yeah, 20 killed per minute, which is, what is that, 1,200 an hour? So what's that? 1,200 times 36 is not even 50,000, is it? So it'd be impossible to even hit 50,000 in a single gnome event. As even if you were running Paloozas non-stop, you wouldn't reach the number. Or if you would, you would need to pretty much be doing it the entire time. It'd be possible to do 10,000 in a single event. That'd be realistic. But anything over like 25,000 would be, I wouldn't say near impossible, but you would have to really grind. And anything 100,000 or higher, I'm pretty sure is legitimately impossible. Even if you had infinite Paloozas and played the entire time. I just realized I did the math wrong. How did I do 36 hours in a weekend? I guess I was doing the realistic amount of times that someone would probably play. But there's double that in a weekend. 72. How do I get half of that somehow? Wait, there's 72 hours in a weekend, not 36. 36 is the realistic amount of, like, max time someone would play. Because I'm pretty sure not too many people are playing more than 12 hours a day. Isabel laughing over there. Have you been playing more than 12 hours a day? Which I wouldn't be surprised if you said yes. Okay, let me go take a quick water break. While we wait last few seconds out. Alright, let's go take it out. Always? Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see. Grab that. I think we'll have a code after this next one. But let me go get the tally going. Let's see, where are we at right now? 518. Alright, that's on par. It's not good, it's not bad. Let's see. So let's make that 218. One less than how many we'd want to see. But maybe we made up for it in epics. Let's see. We started at 73, which means we're at 17, 18. So we got 2. Okay, that's fine. That's pretty much exactly on par for both. Oh, and that's now our 10th Palooza. We finally hit the double-digit Palooza number. Still got a little ways to go. How many pity are we up to? -3, so we're at 35 pity. Which brings us to 253. Which means, yeah, if we get on the lucky side, we actually can finish it in 2 Paloozas. I might just do 2 more Paloozas right now. Do the whole hour of PvP. And gnomes can still appear there. There is a chance we actually get over the edge on PvP. And we might just do it that way then. I just realized my other XP boosters are mixed within my Volkies, aren't they? That kind of complicates things. Wait, am I going to have to claim all these Volkies one at a time? Wait, I just realized something. I was like, wait, why does this only go down to 4 days? It's because my EXP booster for a couple days ago is right over there, and then my other EXP booster from yesterday is right over there. Because we only got 4 pity keys so far today. That's kind of funny. You can actually use that to track how many pity keys we got every day. Wait, how many pity keys did we get yesterday then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 pity keys yesterday. 4 so far today. And then every other one would have been from Friday. But anyways, let's go run another one. Alright, let's go back. Yeah, I'm still pretty sure we're gonna have to run every last Palooza we have, though. We'd have to get really lucky on these next 2 to not need to. Which is very unlikely. Like, we have to average, like, 25 on both of these next 2. Which we already have. I think our highest one this week was, like, a 29 plus a couple epics. Hey, there's an extra verse. We're not gonna need it, but I do need it. Like, we're not gonna need it this week, but we're gonna need it in the future. That's very nice. Free verse 3. This whole Palooza is basically free. The very first fight of the Palooza, we just get our whole Palooza refunded. You did a full hour of Palooza? Nice. I do advise crafting them one at a time, just because you can claim the full loot from the final one each time. It does take slightly longer because you have to go through all the menuing of constantly, you know, resetting it up. But it does give you 100% of the loot for the final one that you do, which can be considered worth it. But yeah, they actually capped it at an hour as well. You can't actually physically use more than an hour at a given time. I think you can activate an hour, then technically activate another hour while the hour is already going. But they do have an upper limit on it now. You still have 8 left? Nice. Yeah, I'm kind of down to my very last ones now. We haven't really done a Vault Weekend yet where we're really power grind to try to repair. Like to get back to like a double-digit number of some kind. I used to do that a lot, stay at like a 10 number. And then we started dipping into it slightly, and that was a bad idea because we eventually dipped into it so much that we generally just like zero out now. I used to pretty consistently always stay above like 10 Paloozas. Just on a reserve. But nowadays that almost always reaches 0 by the end of every event. Use every last one we have. It's mostly on just weekends where I just don't feel like grinding as much. I do feel like next Vault Weekend we might go for a little bit more than we did this time around, but we'll see. We shall see. Definitely initially only going to be going for the 300, but if nothing else, I want to prepare my Paloozas a bit more. Like, I think we're still going for 300 next weekend, or, you know, 2 weekends from now, next Vault Weekend. But I want to repair my Palooza stack. I want to get like 5, 10 spare Paloozas or something, on top of all the Paloozas we need for the weekend. We can actually build a reserve again for once. You're sniping Dragonite if it's 5 minutes remaining. Yeah, I was doing that a lot initially when we were on the Diamantina grind. These days, I don't really do it unless it's on the final minute. And we got really lucky this stream. We got one literally on our final fight without even needing to wait. But, yeah, anything in the last, like, few minutes is fine. Doing it 5 minutes is a little bit too much, I think. But it depends how much you want Dragonite. Because you're basically giving up a third of a Palooza if you do it at the 5 minute mark. Or is that the 3 minute mark is only a fifth of the Palooza? But it really comes down to how much you need Dragonite. Each Dragonite's worth, like, what, 5 gems? Which means if you could have gotten, like, 2 or 3 Vault Keys within that time, you're technically getting more gem value from the Vault Keys. It's just not in the form of Dragonite, necessarily. Or definitely not necessarily. It's actually impossible to get Dragonite from Vault Keys, now that I think about it. You can get gems, which could be used for Dragonite, but there's actually not a Dragonite drop in Vault Keys. They were never added to the drop table when they were added as a currency. Only 15 days left on the Kris Kringle ban miss mail? Oh no! Is it finally gonna expire? Yeah, how much compensation did they do? Wasn't it only like 100 gems or something? Or something pitifully bad. I was luckily, even though I was affected by it, I was barely affected by it at all. The only way we were really affected is I wasn't able to do a proper Christmas stream last year. But beyond that, as far as in-game progress, I literally missed none. Because it was actually unbanned. Even though it was unbanned for slightly more than 24 hours, it spanned to 24 hours where I was still able to log in both days. So we were pretty much nearly unaffected other than one single stream. So we got on the lucky end of that. Even though we still got hit by the ban. But I think after this we'll run one more Palooza. Take a bit of a break with some PvP. And then after our Silver Mark farm of PvP, if we still do not have 300, I guess we'll run one Palooza at the end of the stream then. There's only 50 gems? Oh gosh. Sushi Ninja, you should make a forum post about it just for the fun of it. Or post it to the screenshot section. That you still haven't claimed it. You might be the only person left in the entire game who's actively been playing who hasn't claimed it yet. Because you would have to actively not click claim all every single time to not claim it. That must have gotten annoying over the last year. Because that means the whole last year you wouldn't have been able to click claim all in that menu. Oh, an epic Volkey, nice. Oh, so I did say a while back, after we finally get over like 1,000 epic Volkeys, we would maybe open some. We're getting really close to our first 100 epic Volkeys after 1,000. We might do a stream at some point opening all 100 of them. I'm not sure when. Well, first we actually have to reach that number. But, I don't think we are. We would need to get 27 epic Volkeys by the end of this weekend to have enough. Which with 3 more Paloozas is probably not happening. But by the end of next Vault weekend, we would officially have our first 100 after 1,000. I might open them at some point just to see what we get. The main drop we're really looking for is, of course, the 1,000, or the 900 gem drop. It's pretty much the biggest gem drop in the game other than rank 1 Guild War. And technically rank 2 Guild War, I guess. Aside from that, it's the highest gem amount you can ever get in the game without spending money. A 900 gem drop from max difficulty epic Volkey. And we have gotten it before. Only once. Also because we haven't opened that many epic vault keys. We've gotten to 301 in normal vault keys countless times. Like literal dozens. But still have only ever gotten to 900 once from epics. Also due to our lack of opening epics over the years. So focused. Major Orb of Glory is worth more? Yeah, Major Orb of Glory is basically the best orb these days. Technically, Pet is the rarest. But, the Orbs of Glory give more overall benefit than the Pet ones. Because normally the best thing to use the Pet Orbs on are on cosmetic pets. Which are mostly just for completionist stuff. Like, the actual effect that you get from Pet Orbs is pretty small. Whereas Glory Orbs actually are pretty relevant as far as the benefit they give. The value of a major gold is also technically slightly higher than a major pet. The most amount of gems you can ever save from a major pet is about approximately 2,500 gems for maxing out a pet from nothing. And at absolute most 3,000. Whereas if you count Anisha as being worth 1,500, you actually save 4,500 gems from a major gold orb. Even a silver orb is comparable to value of a major pet orb. It's one of the reasons why the other week we went for double silver, even though we didn't go like all for completion. Because a single silver is pretty much gem value-wise worth as much as a major pet orb. Even though what they effectively do is drastically different. But if you were to go get all the secondary resources to do it by hand, or you know, do it by the other method, the non-orb method, a silver orb is basically the same gem value as a major pet orb. Despite a major pet orb being substantially rarer and way harder to get in the current state of the game. As the only way to get it currently is a 1% chance off of major orbs. It's actually the rarest orb in the game, despite being not the most valuable orb in the game. Somewhat similar situation to what the power orb is, except the power orb is not the rarest one. And nor is it useful these days. Unless you're like just starting out in the game and you need to go get like Zolgoth and Carrot Therix and stuff. Then it's very useful. And then it becomes very not useful. And as Sani mentioned, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. Also, we're going to be here for a while, so if you guys want to hang out tonight, yeah, we're going to be here for at least another hour, hour and a half, probably. We're pretty much going all night, to be honest. I might go almost till midnight. And then, maybe not that long, but probably almost till 11 o'clock. Then probably grab a bite to eat. And by that point, it's probably already time to start prepping the weekly video. And the main thing we'll have to go over with that, of course, is the Journey nerf, unfortunately. Also, I might have to make an updated PvP video now that you can't use all the broken Journey troops. Like, if we have a dragon category, I can't mention Huntmaster. Or if we have Strix, I can't really mention the very broken Strix team. You'd have to build something else out of Ehe Cattle. Might even just completely drop the Egress. Yeah, the best ones to Lantern are... Gold is the absolute best one to Lantern, which is the 6-1 in Under Spire. The second best is Silver, and the third best is Pet Orb. I think a lot of people just go for the Gold and Silver. I have been going for the Pet Orb. The only reason why is we did the math a little while ago. It would only cost us like 34 bucks to max out every pet in the game. And I figured, why not? It would take us until like the summer or something, but it would give us enough pet orbs to max out every pet in the game. I believe we also get an extra 50 diamond each time, as well as... Or no, we get an extra 20 diamonds and an extra 50 dragonite as well each time. We don't really need that much, but it adds up. Mostly just doing it for the pet orbs. It's just a really slow way to max out every pet in the game. A little pricey, but... Hey, wow, another dragon... Wow, we were doing so good on dragonite gnomes this weekend. This is our second one just this stream where... It was on the final fight. I didn't even need to go look for it or stall it. It's literally just on the final fight. Very solid. Alright, let's go actually win now. And we have enough damage. I'm just making sure it's going over. Alright, there we go. How much did we get? Oh, no! We got low rolled, though. At least we got max roll glory. Oh, a Mimic! Perfect timing. Well, let's go take this Mimic normally. Wow, how perfect timing was that? Well, we got a 5 times on Friday and didn't get it. I've only had one 5 times so far this week. I think it's our 7th Mimic, I want to say. I wasn't keeping track of the exact number. I know for sure we've only gotten one 5 times. It was one we opened on Friday on stream. Hopefully this could be another. I haven't seen one of these troops in 2.5 years now. The Mimic. The Horde Mimic. We still only have 2 copies, which is better than having 0. Because, gosh, that is such an annoying grind. I was saying in the current state of the game, if you don't have that done, is probably the most annoying grind this entire game. I feel like getting all mythics is less annoying of a grind than getting this thing. Because at least all mythics you'll eventually get passively just from playing the game. You have to actively go out of your way to go get that Horde Mimic. Like, you can't just, like, accidentally get the Horde Mimic. Well, I guess you could, I guess, technically. But, it's a lot harder to accidentally get the Horde Mimic than it is to accidentally get every mythic in the game. And it might sound weird accidentally getting every mythic in the game, but it's actually technically possible after enough time. Like, obviously, you do actively have to go for it some, but... You do eventually get to the point, if you're not really trying to get every mythics, where you get, like, a good majority of them. Just from natural gameplay. No, we only got 2 times. Boo. Come on, where are all my 5 times? Can't get a Horde Mimic, we're not even getting the 5 times to try to roll for it. Alright, I think we want to run more for Palooza for now, then break it up a little bit with some PvP, and then probably still have to run one more a little bit later to stream. Oh yeah, are we doing another code right now? Yeah, I'll hand out another code. Honestly, we might do 4 codes tonight. This will be the second one. I said we'd do 3, but honestly, we might do 4. Because we're going to be here a while. Going to be here almost all night. There you guys go. Enjoy! Alright, so, let's run one last Palooza for now, then we'll do a ton of PvP. Ideally all the way until we just hit 750. Which will be like an hour of mark grinding then. We get about 300 to 400 an hour. It depends on how lucky or unlucky we get on the options. So that 300 to 400 an hour was on the previous one, when we were getting a little bit less marks per set. So as long as we're winning at the same speed, we're actually getting slightly more than 300 to 400 per hour. Hopefully that'll be enough to get it done in about an hour or so when we do it. Anyways, before we do that though, let's run one more Palooza for now. So speaking of mimics, I just realized we have the gold guy here. The mini mimic. Oh, he's even called mini mimic, that's funny. I forgot that was his name. I know he's the 5% gold bonus troop. I kind of forgot that was his name though. Anyways. I'll go do my tally before we go start up next one. Where are we at right now? 47. What? Wait, what? Wow. Okay, wait. I might only have to do one more. Wait. Why is that number so high? Hold up. Wait. This might be a 444 completion. I was joking about it earlier when I was saying if we got lucky enough we'd be able to. But we're on track for a 444. Alright, 1973. 17, 18, 19. Okay, we only got one epic, but gosh, we got like 29 thingies. Wow, we're so close. Yeah, we might get the 4 for 4. I don't sure if we ever 4 for 4'd a 300 weekend. Because you have to get way above average to luck to get the 4 for 4. But, because, yeah, normally 100... If you do 12 Paloozas, not counting Pity, you're on average getting about 240. Counting Pity, you're probably getting like 40 or 50. So you, on average, would have to get like an extra Vault Key or 2 for every Palooza you run, on average. Above, like, standard drop rate. And we're actually on it right now. Because let's see, let's go get our Vault Key number. Or current Pity Key number. We gotta subtract 2 4 from it. So that means we're at 35 Pity. At 35 Pity, we are currently at 282. So yeah, I would only have to get 18 Vault Keys to finish it with this Palooza. To complete out the 4 for 4. Which is very likely, unless we get unlucky. Yeah, let's go do it. I might not even need to run another Palooza. After this one. Yeah, let's go run another Palooza. There's a good chance it actually gets us to 300. Because the main one we're looking to get to 300 is this one over here. That's not too bad. Because you have to keep in mind, we're technically at 6 higher than whatever our Volkey number says. We're technically at 253 right now. Because we started at 296. I just didn't bother counting it like that. So yeah, one more Palooza will get us there. Most likely. As long as we get at least 18 from this next Palooza. Anyways, let's go crack it open already. We have to get 18 Volkeys from this. Or not from this, but from this Palooza over here. That's just the XP booster. Soul Forge, other... Also, when we go to the PvP, I might just claim all the XP boosters at once. It'll be a little bit of a waste, but I really can't be bothered to one at a time click every single one of them. I think for our sanity, it is better to waste a little bit of our XP booster than it is to one at a time click through like 40 Pity Keys. I would much rather just click the claim all button. I wish you could like lock mail in this game. Where if you lock it, clicking the claim all button will not claim it. Like a little toggle option on the mail in the corner or something. Like some other games have a system like that where you can like favorite the mail or something similar so it doesn't get impacted by the other buttons. Yeah, we need something like that in Gems of War so you can like lock a few messages and then still click the claim all button but still have the other message stay there. No such feature currently exists. But if I was to do that, we're going to be activating 45 minutes of EXP booster. Which, given that we're going to have to do about an hour of PvP, I guess that kind of works out. But that does mean we're wasting quite a bit of it, because obviously PvP is pretty slow. Compared to how quick you can potentially win otherwise. That's fine. Not every EXP booster needs to be efficient. They're pretty much just free boosters anyways. Like, I feel like most days I don't even go out of my way for it. Like, one of the things we used to go out of the way for the most was doing PvP, but now that we're kind of already doing some PvP, most days just gets done automatically. Like, before the stream even started, we already had all the objectives done. I'm not even sure what they were. But whatever they were all done before the stream even started. But I've been trying to. Which is the most ideal way for them to be. Some of how the campaigns are, where they kind of just get done without even trying to do them. That is ideal, just to not waste any time per day. And whatever rewards you get from them is essentially just free. I do miss when, on Mondays, we were able to do all the campaign tasks, though. Like, I like that it takes literally 0 seconds to do campaign now, but I do kind of miss doing it for half an hour every Monday. But we save a lot of time now. Because we were doing like 30 minutes every Monday for 10 weeks, every single campaign in the past. Which is what, 300 minutes, which is 5 hours. So every campaign is now 5 hours quicker than what it was before. And that's if you're running quickly. Obviously, could take up to 10 hours. With slower teams and everything. So we're saving like 5 to 10 hours now off a campaign. So even though I do slightly miss doing those objectives every single Monday, it is nice to have 5 to 10 more hours that we don't need to do it. Which is kind of nice. Basically getting the same reward for doing nothing. And they did add some of that time to the daily XP booster, but a lot of times these days it's been getting done automatically too. Unless it says like an objective like, go do Underworld or something. Some people do that in their dailies. I personally don't. Just because we finished pretty much everything for Underworld. I guess I still could be doing it for those mark thingies, but I don't know. It's just not really a currency that's useful. Like, they do add up. They can be useful if you want to try getting, like, a level 1000 Underworld faction. But it's just a waste of gold. Like, honestly, I would probably still keep doing Underspire every day. Or Underworld, I mean. If you were able to use treasures without spending gold. The problem is you always have to spend gold to use treasures. Which is a lot of gold that could just be dumped into your guild. And for that reason, I don't really bother farming the shards. Because there's no way to use the main currency that you get from them without wasting a ton of gold. When I say a ton, I mean multi-millions, like tens, hundreds of millions. We're not even talking like just a few million. We're talking literal, like 6-digit numbers. Or no, sorry, 9-digit numbers, I mean. Dinner on the way from Olive Garden? Nice. Olive Garden by me is super bad, though I do recall the ones in New Jersey actually being kind of good. The one near me, I could barely even qualify what they were serving as food. Like, I'm pretty sure they microwaved it, and I'm pretty sure they didn't even microwave it properly. It was that bad. It's probably one of the worst experiences I ever had in the fast food, or not fast food place, whatever you call it. Whatever you call, like, that middle ground kind of place. Where it's not fast food, but it's also not, like, proper fine dining. Or whatever you'd kind of call that. Oh, no, there's some kind of probably term for it. Whatever, like, Olive Garden and Red Lobster category is. Like, it's not a proper restaurant, but, you know, it's still a restaurant. It's one of those, like, in-between ones. But no, good Olive Gardens aren't that bad. Though, honestly, I would still take an average Red Lobster over a good Olive Garden. Just because a lot of that food I tend to like more. I don't remember what I used to get at Olive Garden. Like one of my main meals I would get. Is I'm always like Alfredo kind of noodles. Anything along those lines I tend to like a lot. The bread was okay. Their salads were okay. I'm trying to think what Olive Garden had that was like really good. Like from the ones in New Jersey that not the one near me. Because nothing really stands out as like, oh, that was amazing. Whereas some things at Red Lobster, I'm like, oh, I remember that. That was actually kind of good. Like, they had quite a bit of duds as well. Like, a good number of duds. But they still had their handful of pretty good dishes. Chicken parm and chicken fettuccine. Ooh, that does sound good. I'd actually had chicken parm the other week. Mom ended up making it. It was pretty good. I'm generally not as big of a fan of red sauce-based meals, though. Which I think is the main thing I don't like with Italian cuisine. Because a lot of it is red sauce-based. Like, with one of the few exceptions of pizza, but even that, when it's, like, really saucy, I don't tend to like. Like, anything that uses too much tomato sauce, or even tomato sauce in general. I much prefer, like, the Alfredo kind of sauces and stuff like that. Like, the thicker, creamier ones that aren't tomato-based. Oh, we're getting a lot of Epic Vault keys this cycle. Also, we are way down on Epic Vault keys, by the way. We should right now have, like, 26 Epic Vault keys. We're sitting on 19. We are so behind. Luckily, this Palooza seems to be making up for it slightly. Also, there's a chance this is our final Palooza. We'll find out in a second. Short rib tortellini on the menu? That sounds really good. Yeah, that's something I haven't had in a while, Italian food. Like eating out Italian food. I was because there's not really any really good place near me. I know there's a couple, like about a half an hour away that I used to go to my dad during high school. Though, I'm not sure if any of them are still open because a lot of them were like family-owned places. So they could have moved or closed down during pandemic or any number of things. I do recall there being some pretty good Italian places nearby. But they were all the family-owned ones. All the chain ones near me are just horrible. Well, like the smaller family-owned ones were pretty good. Yeah, I am going to be eating after the stream in like an hour and a half from now. I'm not that hungry, though. Actually, remember earlier when I said I haven't really been having much pizza? I finally had pizza again. A friend of my mom's ended up picking up 2 extra pies and gave it to her. One for both of us. Which was really nice of him. It's from one of the better pizza places around. I forget the name of the place, though. Because it's not anywhere near me, so I never go out to it. It's like a good 30-40 minutes away. What toppings? None. It's just a plain. But it's a really good plain. Still doesn't beat New Jersey pizza, but it beats most of the places around here, that's for sure. That is a pretty low bar. Like, it's definitely on the better side of pizza. It's a pretty pricey place, too. I think it's almost like 20, 30 something a pie. I haven't actually even ate there since, like, last year. And when I say last year, I mean, like, an actual year ago, not, like, a month or 2 ago. Like, a whole year ago is probably the last time I ate there. Mostly because it's too far away for me to ever go to. It's also a bit on the pricier end, so I tend to not do it. But it's actually worth the price. Though, whatever the price is, I think it's almost, like, $2.50, $3 a slice or something, maybe more. I miss those dollar slice pizza places. Even when I was going in during college, the place I used to go for dollar slices in New Jersey, by the end of my final year in college there, they were already up to $1.25. They were already starting to increase. And now I wouldn't be surprised if they're like $1.50 or $2 a slice. Especially after pandemic. I still don't understand what made every food price spike like crazy after pandemic. Like, all prices went up, and it made sense because of, like, shortages and stuff like that, but then they never went back down. Why are prices on food still so much? I feel like out of everything that went up, food went up by the most consistent percent out of anything. Which made sense for, like, the first year or so, but doesn't make much sense, like, 4 years later. Why it's still that much. Not how economic works. Yeah, it's very rare when prices go up that they ever return back to what they were. They just perpetually stay at that new state. You almost got your Nightweaver to 69. Nice. I think mine's still like level 51 or something. I have gotten almost no XP towards it this week. The next week we're definitely going to be prioritized getting it up. I'm not sure we're going to 100 it next week, but I definitely want to get it higher, that's for sure. Bare minimum, level 70. Ideally close to like 80 or 90. Oh, wow. It's our second verse 3 from Palooza's, which is kind of weird. I think that's the only verse we've gotten today from Palooza's. It's the one we actually need twice over. Oh, 2 more Paloozas to put towards next Vault weekend in a few weeks from now. Should be 2 weekends from now. Next weekend should be Midnight Faction. I think it's called the Midnight Circus or something. And then the week after that, we have another Vault weekend already. Unless they're going to change it for something else. But as it currently stands, seems like it's double Vault. Oh, so there's a good chance that week we're actually getting a patch, too. If they're going to throw out a really early patch this year, it might be around then. Unless they're still waiting for, like, the early mid-February, which they might be. If they're going to throw down a small non-beta test patch, it'd probably be either late January, very early February. Which that would be 2 weeks from now. Oh no! I went over on the timer! I didn't realize we're that far on it. No, I wasted a loot on the final one, that's fine. A performance patch? Yeah, I heard people on console have been really suffering from the new PvP system. These performance issues. Alright, let's go get a tally. I think we're finally made it. I think we did the 4 for 4. Let's see, 567? Yep, we did it. If I did the math right earlier, that is indeed it. Alright, let's go get the full number. So we started at 296. This number is technically, if we were to do it based on 300, we are at 267. However, we started at 296. I've just been doing it based on 300 because it's easier to calculate. But now we can add our 294. And then we add our other 6, which will bring us to 273. If we do it based on the actual number we started at. Let's go get our actual epic number. So 73. So we're at 24. Wow, we just got 5 epics in one single one. It didn't fully catch us up. We're actually still behind even after getting 5 epics on one. Well, that definitely caught us up a bit. And then we add pity to that. And our pity number is -1. -2. -3, so 36. And there we go. That is our final tally. Plus 36, and there we go. So that means we got 309 Vault keys. And if we click claim all, we should actually see 309. Right? Or did oh wait. Yeah, we should. Yeah, there shouldn't be any reason why we don't. Right? Wait. Well, maybe not, because... oh, no. We wouldn't see 309, but we would see 609? Yeah, we should see 609 here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, one way to find out. Let's go click on it. The problem is that would start us up on an XP booster, but I guess we'll go do it. Let's go hand out a code. And then we'll hand out one more code in a little bit. I think this is the 3rd one. And then we'll have a 4th one after we do some PvP. But yeah, the Palooza part of the stream has been completed. Now let's go finish the silver mark grind. Which I might as well just do right now. Otherwise I'd just be doing it off stream anyways. Because I gotta finish it before the end of tonight. So I might as well do it now. It'll take about an hour. Let's go click claim all on this. This will start up like a 45-minute booster. And then we go do PvP for like an hour. And see where we are by then. Actually, we'll probably check to see where we are after the 3 boosters end. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got 3. Okay, let me click claim all. See if our number was correct. It should say 609. I just realized this says 69. Oh gosh, why? It should say 609, right? Where is it? Yep. Oh, 603. Oh, because I added the other 6. But that was just from the starting number. It didn't actually add it to the thing. So yeah, 603. That makes sense. But nonetheless, We still did 600 or 300 this week, regardless how you look at it. So there we go. Okay, that's not how you get to PvP. I keep doing that. But anyways, we got 44 minutes of XP booster. Let's go use them. Obviously, we're silver mark grinding, as I need the pet. So we're just going to go wherever the silver marks are that isn't Sword's Edge and do that until we have 750. We're starting at the number of 323, and we're not stopping until we hit 750. That is the game plan. I'm probably just going to take the weaker fight every single time. Also, this is the final hour we get to do the broken journey troops. That's going to be sad. Well, this is our final hurrah for the journey troops, too. This is the last time we get to use them in the broken state. Then we got to build actual teams out of the garbage that's in every kingdom. It's going to get annoying. Well, we're definitely going to need an updated PvP teams video. We'll hopefully have it up on Tuesday, because I don't think I'll be able to get it out tomorrow. But we're definitely going to need an updated PvP teams video now that all these older teams are going to be gone. Like, starting tomorrow, I can't run this team. Like, you still technically run it, but its extra turn chance is going to be into the ground for how low it is. Like, it's still technically possible to run it, it's just unrealistic. Like, if you're expecting it to loop, it is not going to. Starting tomorrow. Like, you'll be able to loop some, but nowhere to the degree that you can now. Catch you later, Chad. I mean, Defiant, thanks for stopping by. What's the Pathfinder nerf that we were talking about? So, all journey troops, new and old, so things like Secra, for example, starting tomorrow, I'll be going over pretty in-depth at the beginning of, that's not the one I meant to cast. Whoops, I meant to cast you. But, we'll be going over it during the video, too, tomorrow. But, in short, every single journey troop is going to have their gem spawn nerfed from a max potential of 15 or 16 of shiny down to only 10 or 11 of shiny. So we're taking basically a 5 gem nerf to how much they spawn, while also increasing their mana cost from 12 to 15. So they're getting double nerf. They're getting a mana cost increase of 3 and a gem spawn reduction of 5. Which is quite a big hit on them. And that applies to all of them. All new ones and all old ones. Yeah, it's going to be a lot harder to use a lot of them. To the point where most of them just won't be used anymore. They're nearly all going to be dead content instantly. Like, you can still technically use them if you lack, like, every other option. Or if there's absolutely nothing good to use in a certain category. But their usage rate is going to tank off a cliff. Hey, Tribute's ready. Oh, that's when we'll know when our PvP is done. And about next tribute time, we should hopefully have 750 marks. Gosh, I hate this so much. Why on earth does that get out of PvP but doesn't go back to PvP? I wish there was like a toggle option or something for it. I hate so much that you can't click middle to get there. Because you can click it to accidentally get out of it, but you can't click it to get back in. Teams like this we can't use anymore either. We're going to need a different yellow team. In all fairness, yellow will be a lot easier to repair. That's not too big an issue. But some other team types are going to take quite a bit of a bigger hit. Yellow's actually going to still be pretty broken, just with E-Cattle into anything. Obviously, we're using it with Egress here, but this one is very flexible to not be Egress. Because honestly, E-Cattle is now stronger than Egress. Starting tomorrow. Because they're both pretty comparable in the current state of game. And now Egress is getting nerfed into the ground, while E-Cattle is getting no nerf at all. So E-Cattle is going to be officially stronger than Egress tomorrow. There's a lot of yellow builds you can actually do out of this thing. This is actually really broken E-Cattle. We haven't really used it too much for non-Egress teams, but starting tomorrow, if we have a yellow restriction, we definitely will be. As well as any in the future. Not sure what we're going to put into. I just put into a Stellarix, but obviously we can put into anything. Whereas Egress has to be using Pierce Strix. But cattle can be used for literally any team. It doesn't even have to be a pure yellow team. Though, of course, he does benefit most from such situations. I forgot, it is still Vault Event while we do this. We do still have boosted gnome rate. It's unlikely we're going to get much from it, but we can. I'm kind of surprised. We were able to get a 444 Nomapalooza completion. I'm not sure we've ever done that. Normally it takes 13. But this time around we were able to get it done in the 444. Which is probably the most ideal we could ever do for a Vault Weekend. If we're going for the 300 is the perfect 444. But out of every time we've ever tried for 300, I'm pretty sure this is the first time ever we've actually pulled it off. Due to a couple of really lucky Vault grinds on some of them. We had 3 Vault keys this weekend, or 3 Paloozas this weekend. That got us 29 exactly. Unless I counted it wrong, but I'm pretty sure based on our numbers that they actually did. We had 3 separate instances of getting 29 in a Vault key. Which is actually pretty solid. It's not the most we've ever gotten in a Vault key before. I think the highest was... I almost want to say 36 or something. It was something absurd. But, yeah, 329s is still really good. Of course, we did have some bad ones. We had like a 15, we had a 14 or something. Oh, we had a bunch of 29s to balance it out. Nice, you went for the 1,000 grind. Very nice, Supernova. It's pretty much 1,000. Oh, I should have used the other thing. Yeah, we haven't gone for 1,000 in a while. It tends to be something we only do like once a year. Like Supernova, do you know how much you grinded for it this weekend? And did you already have all the Paloozas? Because it takes a good amount of time to reach 1,000. Especially if you have to farm all the Paloozas from scratch. I would do it more often if we already had all the Paloozas. But a lot of times, obviously, we don't just have them sitting on reserve. Because if you have every single Palooza, and you average, let's even just lowball and say 80 an hour. It only takes 12 hours, counting pity and everything. It only takes 12 hours to get... Oh, I thought that was a real one for a second. No! It got me with a fake. That's the one I need. Why would you do that? Oh, that would have been the 3rd one to stream if that was real. That's sad. I legitimately thought that was real for more than a half a second this time. It was for like 3 seconds until I realized it. It's mostly because it's Vault Weekend right now that I thought it was real. If it wasn't Vault Weekend, I definitely would have instantly thought, oh yeah, that's fake. But because it's actually Vault Weekend, it got me. That's unfortunate. Yeah, you need quite a bit of a reserve to get 1,000. You normally need about 45, counting pity. You need about 45 Paloozas. If we were to average out like how much it's taken us to do every time. But yeah, it takes about 45 Paloozas on reserve that you need to have already pre-farmed. Like, you can farm it during the weekend, but it takes forever to farm 45 full sets of Paloozas during a weekend. Like, it can be done, both of them, but just so much extra time. But actually using the 45 Paloozas is not that hard. It's roughly 12 hours, give or take a bit. It's more so the accumulation of them that's the hard part. Or, you know, like the really time-consuming part. But otherwise, you can actually get 1,000 in a single day if you already had all the Paloozas. Oh, so this is another team we're not going to be able to use. Gosh, we're getting so much value from these. Gotta get them in while we can. Before they are never used again. I'm going to miss Chalcedony builds. Chalcedony builds were actually kind of fun. Now, if you want to run constructs, you kind of gotta go down like the Lord of Slaughter route. I just use the more broken stuff. I do feel like that's gonna be the people most affected by this update, though. It's mostly gonna affect mid-game players and early game players. Like people who don't have a lot of the better mythics in each category. Because now that Chalcedony does nothing, my first thing to think of is like, okay, we're gonna go down like a Lord of Slaughter skull spam route. But that requires the mythic of Lord of Slaughter. And there's a lot of other situations like that. Like Strix, you're probably going to use Quetzalma now. Which might be honestly one of the reasons why they did it, to actually make the mythics worthwhile. Rather than making the epics the entire meta. But like it logically makes sense why they're changing it. It's just such a drastic change compared to now. Especially with how many options have like nothing. Like centaurs. Like even if you have Roadbreaker, that one mythic, that's barely an upgrade. Compared to how bad they all are, including itself. Not that Wardbreaker's that bad, but he looks actually kind of good compared to the average Centaur, but just the Centaurs around him are just so horrifically bad. The other problem with Centaurs is they don't really have synergy with each other. There's quite a few categories that are like that. Some of them do, some of them don't. Centaur is definitely one of them that doesn't at all have synergy within itself. I think there's like one legend that gains like okay boost ratio from like a pure Centaur team. And that's about it. Oh, are they officially nerfing the old ones? Yeah, we went over that at the beginning of the stream. And we'll be going over pretty in-depth in the video when we cover it for the weekly video. But, yeah, they are officially nerfing all of them. So things like Chalcedony, the Dragon one, the Wargear one. You know, all of them. All 7 of them. Including all new ones, like the Beast one coming in tomorrow. Oh, that's sad. That means we never got to try the super broken Beast teams. Beasts have always been kind of underwhelming in the current state of game. And now they don't ever get to be good even for a day. Because the nerf is happening instantly tomorrow, which means we're never even going to get a chance to use the Beast one as a broken version. Because it's going to be released as already pre-nerfed. So we don't even get a single day to mess around with it. Beast has always been a kind of interesting typing in this game. They actually do have synergy with each other. It's just most Beast troops are bad. They have synergy, it's just the troops themselves just aren't that good. Most of them. A few exceptions, obviously. It's a really weird category of troop. That just has so many things, but so few good things. The devs owe you $30. Oh yeah, I was talking about that earlier to stream. All the people who are out money. Luckily, I'm only out $10. But there's people that spent way more than $10 maxing them. Yeah, there's no refunds for it. Which I'm pretty sure will be the most controversial thing about it, more so than anything. Is that their refund policy is so dated. It was set up in like 2016, 2017. It does not work for the current state of the game. It literally just refunds souls and trait stones. 2 resources that any active player does not need at all. They are both basically infinite numbers at this point. Back in the day, that was a bit more relevant. These days, not even remotely. Even back then, it was barely that relevant. Like, it was still just relevant enough, but not that relevant. Like, very active peoples were almost at the point where they didn't really need them anymore, but still kind of did. Well, we're way after the point of those being even remotely useful resources. Like, you can pretty much play this game for half a year, and those resources are almost pretty much useless. Definitely for at least a year plus. I wonder if anyone actually bought all 7 of them. Because they'd be down like $70. Or, you know, obviously not down. You still keep the shininess and everything. But down in the sense that, you know, the reason why people bought them, specifically for those journey troops, was because they had, you know, they were actually useful. And now that they're not useful, not as useful to have done it anymore. It's basically just like if you did it on any other week where it's just a useless 5 shiny tokens or 10, whatever it is. Like, I can't remember how many it gives. I only did it the 1 week. And the only reason I did was because it was the good dragon one. I didn't even bother doing it for the other one because we had enough shiny keys to max it out by then. Like for Egress the other week. The reason I maxed out was, or you know, the reason I didn't buy the money thing for it was, we already enough in-game currency just naturally built up that it was free. Well, I already pretty much wasn't buying the head starts. Most of them weren't worth it. The only ones that were the journey trips that have now all been nerfed into the ground starting tomorrow. So now there's no reason to ever buy them. Let's see. It's amazing how many of these teams we're actually utilizing with this. Like, we're using almost every single one of them. We were just using a construct one. Now we're using, or we were just using before that a Strix one. Now we're using the War Gear one. All of which will not exist starting tomorrow. This is basically our final hurrah, showing them off until these troops are gone. This is our last hour we get to enjoy them. Till they're gone forever. It was fun while they lasted, though. They had a good solid year, 2 years of being broken beyond belief. Not the shortest or longest amount of time anything has ever gone unchecked. But, a little bit weird to just kind of nerf them out of nowhere, though. Though I'm pretty sure it's due to the PvP system. I would assume. Because if you haven't noticed, every team we've just been using in the last, like, 10 minutes have all been the team that they're nerfing. Oddly enough. Not even by pure coincidence, or simply by pure coincidence. It's not like I changed the teams into these. They were just already the meta, and they're all getting nerfed. Well, at least we have a bunch of PvP team videos to go cover now that just don't use them. It's going to make it a bit more complicated, because the cheaper team basically doesn't exist now. These were the cheaper teams. You know, like this team minus Wolf Garrick was the cheap team. But now you can't do that anymore. Like, you still run a Wolf Garrick build, probably. But you're not going to be able to run, like, the cheap Todd team. And the Wolf Garrick build you do use probably wouldn't even use Todd, necessarily. Two more? At least we got some chance to mess around with them, if nothing else. I'll throw that down. I'm trying to think of the last time they've had this big of a sweeping nerf on something like this, though. It's been a good while. I'm not sure why, but the first thing I think of when I think of this nerf, which is a pretty unrelated nerf, but it makes me think a lot of, like, the Dust Devil nerf. The one that happened, like, 7 or 8 years ago. You guys know the Ironhawk team that's, like, the meta for winning right now? That we've been using for, like, almost every Palooza and everything? You used to be able to do that with one single Dust Devil. Because his ability used to scale from magic for a very short duration. And you could literally win fights by just casting 2 Dust Devils. And I'm not sure why, but this nerf reminds me a lot of that nerf for some reason. I have no clue why. It's pretty unrelated. That nerf was also like 7 or 8 years ago. It's actually kind of funny. That was actually the nerf when we started the channel. It literally happened. Like, I was actually going to do like a video kind of messing around with them and everything. But literally the first video we ever did when we started posting every weekly video, like the one we'll be doing tomorrow, the very first one was actually when they nerfed Dust Devil. Like, literally when we started the channel back 7, 8 years ago, whatever it was. Back in April of 7, 8 years ago. Need to double check for this year. I want to say it was 8 years ago. I don't remember. Too much time's been going by. But that was actually when we started the channel, pretty much. Like, starting the weekly videos and everything. It was exactly when Dust Devil nerf happened. Which is kind of funny, because that team technically came back 5 years later. In the team that we know today, of course, the Ironhawk build. Obviously, you need Ironhawk to make it work now instead of just one single Dust Devil or 2 Dust Devils. But it basically does re-exist. It's probably, I think, the only time in the game's history where something that was nerfed basically came back into the game. I can't really think of another instance like that, where something got nerfed into the ground, wasn't used for several years, and then magically came back into the game without it actually coming back into the game. I think Dust Devil is the exclusive only time that has ever happened. Where Dust Devil obviously didn't get its ability back, but it effectively did. You just need like a billion Ironhawks to make it work. That is effectively what it was pre-nerf. Just requiring 2 or 3 mythics instead. Which I'm still surprised they never nerfed that team. Out of the top 3 things I am surprised they have never nerfed in the game is the Ironhawk Dust Devil team, the Thrall and everything else that's like Thrall, and Leprechaun. Out of everything that has ever come into the game that seemed like they were going to get nerfed and weren't nerfed, those are probably the top 3 weirdest. That at this point, I think they should never nerf at this point. They've kind of just been established too much into the meta. But I'm really surprised all 3 of those have never been touched. And I still hope they don't. I really hope they don't touch those 3. But those are the 3 most surprising ones, I would say, in the current state of the game. I'm not surprised they haven't touched Iron Gut. I don't think Iron Gut is broken. Because he's countered by a single Entangle. I actually feel like Iron Gut's pretty balanced. He did, like, redefine what insta-kill teams meant. Because he basically made Megavore irrelevant. Megavore existed for a few months before Ironhawk. And Megavore actually used to be the Ironhawk in the game before Ironhawk existed. And then, Iron Gut. And then Iron Gut ended up replacing out Megavore forever. Because he's just way stronger. But I personally don't feel like Iron Gut is broken. At the time it came out, I would probably say it was broken relative to what existed. Because the best thing we had prior was Megavore. And I'm pretty sure most of you aren't just running around using Megavore these days. But prior to him, Megavore was the strongest we had, which came like a few months prior to them. But it was kind of like starting the whole insta-kill power creep into the game. And I feel like Iron Gut fits really well into it. It first started with it first started with Megavore. And then came in Iron Gut. And then they started bringing in a ton others. Most notably Zolgoth, obviously. And Zolgoth actually used to not be good prior to getting his cast lifted. He used to only have a 1 cast per battle limit. Zolgoth. Zolgoth never got good until about a year or 2 after he was released, oddly enough. When they end up removing the limit on how many times you could cast his ability. Because before you could only cast him once, even if you had multiple on your team. And obviously in the current state of the game, you can cast him as many times as you want. And you'd be surprised how much of a buff that was. Lifting it from a 1 limit to a infinite limit. Because there's a lot of team builds where being able to cast him 2 or 3 times just drastically changes how you would use him. Compared to if he was capped at 1. Because the problem when he was capped at 1 is there was a lot of battle situations where you were just stuck. If he was your only damage source, you just had no win condition. And there wasn't a lot of insta-kills at the time. So you didn't necessarily have like a backup insta-kill option necessarily. But ever since they made it so you can multicast him, it's just been so strong. But no, I personally feel like Iron Gut's pretty balanced in the current state of the game. He was a bit broken when he first came out, but relative to what exists now, he fits pretty well into the insta-kill meta. He's still really strong, but he has counterplay. He's not always the right option. Yeah, I really hope they don't nerf Wand. Wand's actually a pretty interesting one. It's actually really accessible, too. All you have to do is get the Lovers as a Volt drop. And with how easy it is to farm Volt keys these days, it's not that hard to get. You can easily get it within your first few Volt events of a brand new account. Unless you get really unlucky. Like, it's definitely something most new players would have within their first year. If not sooner. And you can use it as your main mana accumulation weapon for the rest of time. It's pretty unparalleled how good it is for mana accumulation relative to the other weapons. It is basically infinite loop into itself while covering all 6 colors while having 4 times Bless and 4 times Curse. And that covers so much ground. That covers like nearly everything. Oh, so I just realized I'm fighting against a Megavore. That is a very bad idea. Given that Tesla requires everything to have armor. And if you cast even one time, we lose. So let's hope he doesn't do that. Oh, we're only at 19 minutes left? Wow, time has flown by. Felt like we just started at booster and it's almost gone. I'm gonna miss these teams. I didn't even think about it like that, but this is literally the last time. I mentioned it earlier, but this is literally the last time we get to use these troops. Or, you know, these broken ones that are getting nerfed tomorrow. I'm gonna miss them. At least we get one last hurrah for the next half an hour or so. Good thing I didn't do all my PvP battles. We have an excuse to go do them. How much more do we need? Let's see. PvP shop. Yeah, we still gotta go a little more. We still need like 300 more or so. Still probably going to go for almost another hour. Because we're not stopping until we have 7,500. However long it takes. That is the game plan. So we will be handing out one more redeem code at some point in the stream. Not sure when at this point. Obviously before we hit our goal. Hey, a verse gnome that isn't 3. We were doing really good on 3s this stream. Well, luckily I still do need some 2s, so that works out. That should be the final one we need for this set. Then we head on to the next one. Hopefully it'll be one of the ones with the pre-nerfed journey troops. This is basically the last hour we ever get to use them. I think on red I run the dragon as well. It's kind of funny, I'm almost using every single one of them right now. He's even on yellow. Even though we don't have strict restriction, I'm still running like the pure yellow version of one. And the Hellcrag team, it's Hellcrag, but I'm using a 4x construct with Chalcedony. All things that won't exist after tomorrow. Not that they are gone, but you know. They're going to be nerfed so hard that they're basically gone. At least to the degree that they're used now. Like, you won't be able to get away with this team post-patch. You'll still be able to get away with spamming this dragon. But you're not going to be able to depend on Chalcedony as your only mana accumulation. You're going to have to use Hero or the other mana accumulator from the Kingdom or something else. You're not going to be able to get away with Chalcedony doing it all. I'm not sure why I killed that guy out all the way. The whole strategy is to get them into AoE range and start AoEing them down. Like so. You're getting some extra VP for next week? Or do you mean silver marks? Because your VP doesn't carry over till later. But yeah, silver marks will be slower to grind starting next week. But I guess it really depends on what categories we have. Because there are plenty of categories that actually don't use these troops. It depends what we get next week or not. Oh, so I'm curious if I'm going to move up to diamond rank or not. We shouldn't. If the system works correctly, I should still be in ruby rank. We shouldn't go down, we shouldn't go up. But I'm curious if we do go up. We better not go down. But I am curious if we do go up. Like, what exactly happens. Some people were mentioning that was happening. I haven't seen it yet because we always made the cut. But this is our first week where we don't make top, or, you know, the top cut. I might try for it next week. I'm still not sure if we will or will not. Might go for it. It's just a lot of time to do it. Like, we're gonna have to get, like, 150, 200,000. Like, what do we need this week? It's probably gonna be a pretty similar number next week. Like, whatever we have to do this week, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to do next week. We're really close to it. Also, how are we almost losing? It's mostly that silence that's getting in the way. Don't die to death mark. Good. And I think this week, if I wanted to get top cut, I need like 180,000 or something. Let me check. If I wanted to make it, we would have needed 162,000. If that one wasn't there, yeah, we would need 180. If this one was replaced with someone higher, it would have been 180,000 to make top cut. Yeah, I think all three of them are on leaderboard. Yeah, they are. All three of my top 3 were on leaderboard. Actually, all my top 4 were on leaderboard, oddly enough. Then it cut off like crazy. Too bad it still wasn't top 5. That would have been so easy, actually. Well, maybe not easy, but comparatively easy. 85,000 to make it. Like, that would have been doable. If it was top 5 and that's all we needed, I probably would have went for it, but it's just top 3. We'll try for it next week if we don't already automatically move to diamond. For reasons I do not know. But if it does, we'll find out. If it doesn't, then we might try for it. We'll see. Nothing else, so we get our hero class maxed. Because hopefully we'll have just a really easy category. Then we can just run Stellark's quick kill. Did that get all my marks yet? No, one more. Oh, you two are tanky. Second time now that it didn't come even close to killing. Explode 70 gems, I was gonna say for a second. That better explode the whole board. That somehow didn't. There's a problem. Right, there we go. I still got some time on that booster. Not what I want to check. Alright, yeah, we're almost there. I only need 200 something more. It's going pretty quick, actually. They were getting like 24 per set. Why does it feel like we're only hitting the places where we have the broken troop? I guess that works out. Final hurrah. I'll take that one over. This is we're just jumping from Chalcedony to Wolfgarrick to Secra back to Chalcedony. Just taunting us that they're getting nerfed tomorrow. Can't do anything here. No. How about now? Surprisingly still no. How about now? Yes. Come on, this is the easier fight. How are we struggling? It's not that we're struggling to win, but we just cannot get mana for some reason. I'm about to cast this just so I have an option. You can't stop them all. I still remember when Devour was added to the game. That was such a broken mechanic when it came out. That was around the time when insta-kill meta started to come into the game. Oh, we're doing really good on verse 3. Why can't it... Why is it when I actually farm for verse 3s I don't get this kind of luck? We have found 4 gnomes this stream. 3 of which have been verse 2. Or sorry, verse 3, the one we actually need. Wish we always had this luck when we needed these things. Yeah, we found 4 verses, I'm pretty sure, to stream. 2 were found as verse 3s during Palooza. Then we found a verse 2 not in Palooza, and then a verse 3 not in Palooza. Plus we found another one I'm forgetting. Maybe it was 4 and 1. Could be 5 of those. Well, 4 of those. 5 total. Losing track. But yeah, every single verse except 1 this entire stream has been the one we actually need. Oh, that overkilled. And somehow that underkilled. How does that one overkill but the other one underkills? Does that have spell reduction? I don't think it did. I think this is 20% dodge. So I think we already claimed our silver marks. I'll check after this fight. Unless this is the fight for the silver marks. Let's see, any silver marks here? If not, I think we already claimed them. Oh yeah, but there it is, okay. That's one problem I always have with silver marks. I wish it was a little bit clearer on the menu. I always overfight the fights. Like, I'll do like 7 to 10 fights when you only have to do 5. I think we need 2 more. How about 3 more? I'm so bad at keeping track of those. I am abysmal at keeping track of how many more of those we have to do at any given time. There's been some times where we do like 1 fight and it's like, wait, are we at 5 yet? And then other times we'll do like 20 and it's like, wait, why haven't we hit 5? Oh, I shouldn't have done it that way. Oh no. I should have tapped him 1 more time. Oh, even then, he still would have poked us with a barrier. Unfortunate. Gotta cast like 3 times now. Manually strike each one. Because by the time we had to AoE, there's only 1 left anyways. Yeah, 2 more, this one and 1 other then. So I think we only have 1 more set where we can utilize the XP bonus. Obviously, we're going to keep still going. That would give us a good general idea of how much we've gotten then. Because once the 45 minutes is gone, we spent about, I would say, 40 minutes actually grinding. Between all the menuing and everything else. You know, when we're like checking on some things. So it's like 2/3 of the total grind. So if we just add 50% of what we did to our number, that should be around where we are. Which means I think we only have about half an hour left to go grind. If we break down what that number is. As we start at like 320-ish. Silver marks. I think we're almost up to 600 something right now. And 50% of that number, added to that number, would be how much we could do in an hour with this setup. So keep in mind, these setups will be drastically slower starting tomorrow because every single team like this will be glacially slow compared to what it's doing right now. Yeah, we can get 1 more set in. Which means 300... Yeah, that means we're almost doing like 500 something per hour. Pre-nerf in this current league. Because my 300 to 400 earlier was like in like the first league week or the second league week. Before we were getting like an extra 4 per instance. Which adds up really quickly. Because compared to the very first week, we're getting 4 more silver marks every instance we get silver marks. Which adds up to be a lot of silver marks. And if we do somehow get promoted to diamond rank next week, which we shouldn't, but if we do, we'll be at the maximum amount of +5 per week. Though if every team's going to be slower, that's not actually going to be much of an increase. It'll actually almost be slower than the first week when we had no bonus. Because it's going to be more comparable to that compared to this week. But I guess it kind of depends on what teams we have. If all the sections we get are unaffected by the journey nerf, then obviously the speed is unaffected. If we get a ton of categories that require those kind of troops, it'll be drastically slower. And I'll just have to wait and see. It'll definitely affect some weeks, but shouldn't affect all of them. We just gotta find a good week to silver mark grind and just go crazy that week, and hopefully that week will be next week. Though we don't really know until we get to see what they are. Oops, I thought that'd be enough. Oh gosh, I made 2 mistakes there. One is you should have already been dead. And 2 is I thought that'd be enough damage to kill him, but apparently not. Hey, finally, a verse gnome that isn't one we need. That's actually a rare occurrence this stream. So far, we've only been hitting the 2 we need. Particularly the 1 we need, which is 3. But this is pretty much the first useless gnome we've gotten all stream. You know, verse gnome-wise. How much timer is left? 1 minute 41? Okay, let's go utilize as much of that we can. Then we'll go check where our number is. And that would have been 45 minutes of booster, of which we utilize only probably like 40 of those minutes. Between constantly checking the menu and everything else. Let's see. We'll take that one over. This is a double Tesla fight. There has to be a better way to get this team to full mana than Elspeth. Oh, that wasn't even kill. That's not good. This team's actually really slow if it can't double kill. Tesla buff kind of made her a lot more consistent at double shot killing. But she does still fail at it occasionally. Especially when the team has spell reduction. That's what we want to see. Not only one shot, but both of them getting full mana turn 1. Scion. Does anyone remember the Scion meta? The Scion famine meta? Back when there was no immune to mana drain in the game? That was a funny meta. I still wish they would give Jinx back to famine. It was very broken at the time, but would do almost nothing in the current state of the game. I miss double Jinx famine teams with Scion. It wouldn't even be broken in the current state of the game. There's too much immune to silence now. I mean, immune to mana drain. The only reason it was so strong back in the day is there used to not be immune to mana drain. But the whole reason immune to mana drain even exists is because of famine. Famine and slightly Scion, but mostly famine is the entire reason why mana drain immunity even exists. Same reason why the only reason Mana Burn immunity exists is because Queen Mab was meta at the time. Otherwise, I feel like if Queen Mab wasn't around, or, you know, if a troop like Queen Mab wasn't around at the time when Mana Burn came out, I don't think we've ever would have gotten Mana Burn immunity. Queen Mab single-handedly made it so we needed it. And Famine pretty much almost single-handedly made it so we needed a Mana Drain immune. It was just that good at the time. But yeah, tomorrow will be the first nerf in a very long time. Actually, now that I think about it, I think tomorrow is the first nerf since Life and Death nerf. And a few other things that were also rebalanced on that time. But yeah, I'm pretty sure tomorrow is the first nerf since Life and Death, which is quite a while ago. Gosh, it's been forever. Okay, 6:15. We started at like what, 2:30ish, which means yeah, we're doing almost like 500 an hour then. That's not too bad. Though of course that rate's gonna be abysmal starting tomorrow. Well, oh no, we'll see. Depends what categories we get. Oh, we never actually got the slow one yet tonight. I'm pretty sure we can make this team quicker. I just wanted to mess around with it because it's fun. This is the Vespera Nightweaver team. Oh, also we're level 55 Nightweaver, by the way. I thought we were like 51 or 52. Apparently at 55. Nowhere near where I would want it to be, but quite a bit higher than I thought it was, to be honest. What do we need here? I would love purple mana. I would love more purple mana. There we go. Alright, now we can play the game. And click a little Vespera. Get a little more Vespera in there. A little more Vespera. A little more Vespera. A little more Vespera. Come on, get a magic buff ready. Beyond what the class itself is doing. Good enough. Okay, there we go. A little overkill there. A little overkill. Vespera must have been putting magic into herself. You sure wasn't putting into the other 2 units. Biggest issue with this team is getting its mana going. Once it is so set. This team is really purple dependent. Keep getting easier fights. Honestly, I think these fights would be quicker if I just put the Scythe in first slot. Hey, Verse Gnome. You better not escape. The rush for the purples. Oh, we should be fine. As long as Vespera doesn't miss here. Actually, I already have weapon. Just go for it. Oh, you got your food? Nice. Hope the Olive Garden is good. How many breadsticks did they give you since they couldn't give you endless breadsticks? Or do they even give you any when you order it like that? Because while I personally would say Red Lobster and a few other places like that have better bread, Olive Garden's breadsticks aren't bad. Like the garlic sticks that they have. Oh wait, why did I not take purple? Whoops. Wow, you're already at 150 magic. Not bad at all. Also, gotta remember, this one hits from the down upwards. They only do 2 per person? That is a scam. Only 2 when you order it like that? Gosh, I could easily go through a dozen before they even bring the salad in. Though that is one thing that I love doing at Olive Garden and or Red Lobster. Just dipping whatever bread they have into a soup of any kind. I can't remember which ones Olive Garden normally has. But I remember them having one that I did like quite a bit. That I would always get. And before the meal even got there, I would have already been through a dozen breadsticks. And like 3 soups. Because I think it was also endless soup. So I would have downed like 2-3 soups and a dozen breadsticks by the time the meal even gets there. Hey, if they have unlimited of something, I'm getting my values worth. Alright, final stretch. We need one more. One more to go. Which at this point is like, what, 5 more sets? Yeah, let's keep going. Yeah, like 5 more sets of these, 25 more fights, and that should be it. Given how long they take, this should be about like, what, 20-ish minutes? Give or take a bit. Yeah, about 20 minutes to go finish out then. Could be quicker or longer depending on what sections we get. Which one has better napkins? I don't think either has napkins. They just give you like the cloth thing, do they not? With the silverware wrapped in it. I don't think either of them has napkins. They're not a fast food place. They are technically a dining place, even though they're a pretty low-end dining area. But they are still like a dine-in kind of restaurant kind of thing. We haven't properly ate out at a restaurant in a very long time. Like, pretty much since the pandemic, I pretty much haven't. As I've joked about in the past, but we still need to go to Melting Pot at some point. Oh wow, we actually got middle section. This is the first time we've gotten middle section all night. Which I think is the only section we haven't had, other than Sword's Edge, which we're deliberately avoiding, of course. But yeah, it's amazing that it takes like a whole hour to actually cycle through each section. What is Melting Pot? It's a fondue place. A really good fondue place. Also, Thrall, I would love if you stopped getting extra turns. There we go. I said my Thrall was the MVP. Honestly, I think the enemy's Thrall was the MVP. Let's see. Get that one over. How was that? Not full mana. So I gotta be careful with this team. If Stellarix dies, we actually lose. Stellarix is 100% of our team in this composition. And similar to how we were doing under Spire this week, it is in a very dangerous spot of second position. Which if they have any amount of skull spam will be very dead very quickly. As Thrall has like 0 durability. It's not that bad, but he's definitely not a tank. Is there another code coming? Oh yeah, we're going to be handing out one more code. Oh yeah, I was going to do that soon, wasn't I? I was going to do it before we hit the 750 mark. I'll do it when we hit 700. Which I think is in one more set after this set. Although maybe not, because this one gives a little, very small amount. But yeah, actually, you know what? For Leicester, we'll do it at 69. How about that? Also, we're about to lose. We're legitimately about to lose the web spinner. I just realized what team we're up against. Oh no. No wonder why we're losing. Wait. With what team we're up against, we can actually win. Wait, hold. Hold. This is very winnable. Just need hero not to die. He's gonna give me the skulls I need to win. Are we about to get a leprechaun sweep? Come on, leprechaun, you got this. Come on, leprechaun, you got this. No! No, leprechaun, don't fail us! No, leprechaun! No, leprechaun! Oh, this is very unlikely. Yeah, we lose. There's not even a good chance to even try for an attempt at an extra turn. We're gonna lose because you gotta create 2 skulls and when they die to that. No! Wait! 1 HP! Wait, we're not. Wait, we didn't win yet, though. Where's our statistically most likely chance to win? I can't extra turn here. It'd have to be a skull. That's my only move. I can't take that. We got it! Leprechaun carrying like usual. The 1 HP leprechaun. Carried by whatever the most recent kingdom upgrade that we did is. I can't believe we actually won that. It was literally the last final possible win condition. And actually landed it. Wait, we'll hand out the code now. How about that? We'll hand it out for the leprechaun. We'll put it in for his valiant effort. Oh, there you guys go. Oh, hello, Raven. Welcome, welcome. Because I love battles like that. There we go. That'll be the last code for the stream. I think we already handed out like 4 or 5. There we go. But we're still going to keep going until it's 750 for the final pet. Which we're pretty much there. I think after this set we're at like 700 something. Do you know what we got that one durability from? We got it from 5-star, the most recent kingdom. The durability that saved us was off of the new kingdom. Because we just upgraded it to... remember when we got the legend from the kingdom pass? That pay-to-win extra armor we got actually just saved us. Obviously, it's currently pay-to-win. You'll be able to get it for free in like about a month or so from now. But from getting power level 5 here, we got an extra armor. And that one armor actually saved us there. Every stat helps occasionally, eventually. There we go. I'll take this one. Alright, are we up to 4 now? Okay, that's what I thought. Yep, 4 codes. Enjoy. That's definitely the max we can do for now. We'll have more tomorrow night. When we go... oh no, tomorrow night will be the first time we stream post-nerf. Post-nerf journey troops. That means we're gonna have to do an entire journey event with nerf troops too. Which gotta probably be the weirdest feeling thing. It's not even that all the old ones are nerfed, but that the new one is immediately nerfed. Meaning we never even get to try it in its strong form. Plus, it's just gonna make the event so much more annoying. Because now journey events are gonna take like 30% longer, if not more. Which are probably even closer to 50%, if not more longer. Because you no longer have infinite loop damage on journey events, and you have to use the journey troop. So even if you're going to go with some kind of other strategy, you still have to put the journey troop onto your team. Because you need it for 3 times points, even if you don't intend to actually use the troop itself. Or use it very minimally. Luckily, its ability does still do something, it's just not going to be your primary mana accumulator anymore. You need a loopy team for a new player? Go get a bunch of shards in Underworld and throw them on Amethrax to try to get Truffle. Gob Truffle. King Gob Truffle. He's very loopy. You pretty much just put a Forest Troll with him and you're good to go. Like Forest Troll, double Truffle into anything in your last slot. Either a Leprechaun, a Thrall, Hero... Mirage Queen if you want a 50% mana start it. But that's one of the more accessible loops that you can get pretty early on in the game. You might not have Forest Troll, but it's not too big a deal. Just put some other mana accumulator on it. You just need some kind of mana accumulator that utilizes brown that can feed mana back to Truffle. Far Straw or some kind of hero weapon could work pretty well for that. Like Mountain Crusher if you have it laying around. Which you get pretty early on in the game for free from leveling up your hero. Oh no, he just silenced the troop I need to not be silenced. That's my main way of getting mana going. Oh, I should have taken yellow there. So I'm still not sure why I'm using this gimmicky team. I did it just for the fun of it, but it is actually pretty slow. Like, it's not like super slow, but slow enough that we really should be using something quicker. It's such a fun team, though. You can make it work with one Gop Truffle. You ideally want two, because then he can start looping into himself. Like, if you cast both Gop Truffles, by the time you cast the second one, it'll pretty much refill the first one. And then you use whatever you've just filled all the brown mana into, and then use that troop. And then by then, you ideally just won the fight. Is if you're looking for like an alternative to what Stellarix can do in the current state of the game, I still feel like the closest alternative is Far Stroll Double Truffle. It loops a lot more consistently than Stellarix, but does damage slower. But still quick enough that it's not like glacially slow. But yeah, the full team is Far Stroll, Double Truffle, and then last slot is very flexible. As you're progressing through the game, you'd most likely want to put Hero there and get some XP on it. But there's a lot of other options that can go there. Leprechaun, Mirage Queen for 50% mana start, whatever else you want to run. But earlier on in the game, your most likely option will be probably Hero, just to gain some free class XP. We're 696. I need 54 more. Which at this point, if we get all outer rings, should be 3 more sets. If we get an inner, we're actually going to need to do 4 more sets. Hopefully we'll get lucky and do 3 outers. Also, if I get an outer into an outer, and then we get an inner or something else, I think we're going to take Sword's Edge. As much as it will pain me to physically go to Sword's Edge, we might have to do one single Sword's Edge. Because I think it is actually quicker to do 5 battles in Sword's Edge than it is to do 10 battles anywhere else with what we currently have. So it'll actually be quicker to do those 5 than it will be to do 10 of any other section. Catch you later, Sonny. Have a good night. Yeah, we'll be calling it 2 once we finish out. It's been a long stream. We've been going for like 3 hours. It's about how long I said at the beginning of stream how long this would take, which made sense. Because dailies were going to take about half an hour. The grind for the vault thing was going to take about 1:15, and this was going to take about 1:15. And it came out to pretty much exactly that, honestly. By the end of it all. So the guesstimation worked out. What am I eating after stream? I don't really know. I might just grab some more of the pizza. Because we have quite a bit of pizza left over. Because I already had a salad today, so I'm not going to have another salad. Oh, you know what I ended up picking up the other day? Which I haven't had in a while. You know those pastries that you put into wow, why do I forget the name of it? It's such an obvious thing. Toaster. Toaster pastries. They're literally called toaster pastries. I really like the cream cheese strawberry one. They're really good. But I ended up picking up those. I haven't had them in a while. They're really high in sugar, but gosh, are they good. Yeah, toaster strudels. They had that. That would be them. They're good as a late night snack when you want something junky. And I haven't had them in almost a year now. At least a good solid 9 months. Saw they were on sale and I was like, I might as well pick them up. The strawberry cream cheese one's definitely the best one. I got that in blueberry. I haven't been as big of a fan of blueberry things lately, but blueberry things like that I don't mind as well. As far as actual physical blueberries, I've been eating them so much less the last, like, decade. I used to love them a ton, but oh no, I kind of grew out of blueberries. I still like the flavor of blueberry. You're just consuming a handful of like a few dozen blueberries I just don't really do anymore. I feel like after a few, their taste starts to get too overwhelming. And there isn't really anywhere you can go to buy like 20 blueberries. Because every case of blueberry I ever see is like too many blueberries for how many blueberries I would want at a given time. So it's been making me not really eat that many blueberries. Because if I want blueberries, I want like 10. But if you get like a container of blueberries, you're getting like several hundred. Which is far above how many I would consume by the time they expire. Yeah, around 6 to 9 blueberries. About that many, Lester, yes. Alright, what are we at now? Okay, we're exactly 30 away. How much is the inner? 19? How many did I say? 30 away? Oh, yeah, we could take an inner, that's fine. I don't actually have to do Sword's Edge then. Sorry, Sword's Edge! You're too slow to go for. In all fairness, it's not that slow. Assuming you have, like, 3 guards avatar. Which likely we have, like, 7. But if you have 2 or 3 guards avatar, it's actually not that bad. If you don't have any of the mythics or legends from the kingdom, you should avoid it. Ever touching foot in that place. But, with 2 of the 3 guards avatar, it's honestly not that bad at all. It's actually pretty similar pacing to a couple other places. This takes a little longer to get your mana. Yeah, Sword's Edge isn't too bad if you have the Mythic. It's just if you don't have the Mythic, it's very slow. Like, doing that place Mythicless is the problem. Another Verse Gnome. Unfortunately, the one I have like 1.5 billion of. I'll take it. Better than nothing. And a Chris Crinkle. Luckily, he doesn't crash the game this year. Or last year. Alright, how much more do we need? One more? Alright, one more and then one more whole section. See which one we get. You know what? Depending on what the section is, I might just go for Sword's Edge. Unless it's a really absurdly free section. But if we're going to get like something like Hellcrag as our next one, I'm going to... I think we're going to run Sword's Edge just for the sake of running one. Just to give it a shot. Because we ran through every single other one this stream. Might as well go for Sword's Edge as well. Do the true full completion. Oh, he just drained my mana. That's not good. I didn't think you'd have a mana drain. That's actually really problematic. Wait. That's actually absurdly problematic. The amount of time that just added to his fight is absurdly high. I'm gonna do a really bad move. There we go. Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. Don't die. There we go. Strategy. I was mentioning that earlier, but I haven't actually done it a single time this week. You can kill one of your Teslas to get guaranteed the mana you need. That it does indeed kill your Tesla. Alright, we got middle. You know what? We're gonna take a Sword's Edge. I've been avoiding it all this time. Let's go do one Sword's Edge. We'll fight the peasant. Oh, my team's not... What happened to my team? Alright, fine. I'll go build a team. Is that fine? Is there anything else we need? What do we have for mana accumulation? And power. Okay, nothing and nothing. What do we have for weapons? Something here has to be not useless. You, right? No, where's the, where's the one that does double mana? Where's the one that does any amount of mana? Blue and red. Yeah, that one. Give me that one. Give me that in, like, Archmages. Doesn't even matter for using one less night. I'd rather have the mana. And then we go, like, blue-purple. Alright, there we go. Archmagus, blue purple banner into sword into get this guy some mana. Then we get him some mana. Then we cast a billion times. And then we win. Is that enough damage? No. Wait, this is actually really slow. Wait. Is triple cast not enough to kill? I think triple cast is enough damage. Have to find out. Because if this is not enough damage, we're definitely going to middle. It might barely be enough. Wait, you gotta be kidding me! He survived! No! We got a problem here. Got a problem. There we go. He actually lived the regeneration. I haven't seen that in a long time. A troop actually surviving the regen. No Surquay and Hadley for 50% mana start. I'm doing this for slightly more stats. Because by the time we have the full wipe, we're already good to go. Though I guess on an easier fight like this, it would be a little bit better to have 50% mana start. But if we're taking a higher fight, it's actually slower with 50% mana start. But on a fight like this, it would be quicker with 50%. Because I only need 2 casts instead of 3. But on any cast, on any battle, we need 3. It will be quicker to have 3 of them than 2 of them. But in a battle like this, yeah, Surquay and Hadley is quicker. So I guess we keep adding him or subtracting him based on if it is or isn't an easy fight. Or if it's a battle like this, we add him. And if it's a battle with a lot of stats, we subtract him. Like this fight, we're only going to need 2 casts to win. We could easily get a fight where we're going to need a 3rd. Let's make it a 3rd. We should be at 3. Luckily, it seems like it's only giving us easier fights, so as long as it keeps doing that, I'm not going to even use to trade him out. You're ending on 372.41. Nice. Yeah, I did so bad on Epic Volkies this week. I have no clue what happened. We got like a big surge of them on the final one where we got like 5. But even with that, we are still way below what we should have for how many battles we did. In the final fight, I'm going to get a 3rd Champion Vanu in there. Alright. And it should be the final fight then. And then oh, good. We got a thingy in there. Nice. And that means all the battles that we just did with those journey troops are the final ones we ever get to do before they get nerfed, because I'm probably not playing any between the streams. I'm about to go grab a bite to eat, start setting up the video for tomorrow, and then go get it recorded. But yeah, it was fun using them right at the end while it lasted. But now they're gone forever starting tomorrow. Gonna miss them. They're still gonna be in the game, obviously. It's just their usability is good at fall off a cliff. So they're basically gone starting tomorrow. How are you not dead? Come on, how hard is it to get 1 skull poke? Well, that'll do it. Alright, and before I forget to do it, let's go buy the pet. That would kind of help. Should have enough silver marks. Well, first things first, double check. Do we have enough marks? We do indeed. Okay, let's go with that. First things first. Let's go to collection. Let's go to pets. Let's go to unowned. Which one am I missing? The imponents, the little imp thing. Alright, let's go get him. Let's click over to PvP shop. Click over to pets. Click over to this guy. Let's make sure I'm clicking on the right one. Would you like to purchase the imponent? Yes. And now we have one. And just to make sure, do we have the Ventira core? Let's go to collection. Let's go to pets. Let's go to clear. What was it? Ventira core? The Ven... How do you say whatever that is? The Ven... How many things have this word in it? Well, we know core. Let's just type in core. Ah, there he is. Oh, it's Vitiracore. But there we go. That is every event completed. We did not make top cut for PvP, but that was because we weren't trying to. Next week we might. We'll see if we'll still be Ruby rank. So what should be happening next week is we stay in Ruby rank. I'm curious if we move down or move up. We shouldn't move down, but some people have been mentioning they're just moving up for no reason. And that'd be cool if we do, because then we might be Diamond rank without having to actually make Diamond rank. But we'll find out tomorrow. But we should still be Ruby rank if it works correctly. But that's a bold assumption that it will actually work correctly. That is a very bold assumption. There's the other 2 redeem codes we handed out earlier. I didn't claim either of them yet. There we go. Anyways, guys, I think we'll wrap it up here. That was a fun little last hurrah for the Journey troops until they're gone forever, starting tomorrow. Oh, not gone forever. They're just nerfed into the ground, which means they're gone forever. We will have a new Journey troop tomorrow, but unlike all the Journey troops prior, it is useless, as will all of them in the future be. Aside from that, we do get a new faction this Friday. And of course, we'll have a video going over all the nerfs that they're doing tomorrow, as well as all the normal weekly stuff we always do every Monday. Hopefully I'll have it up early. The only reason I won't have it up early is because I crashed tonight. But hopefully we'll have it up pretty early, and we'll go from there. But anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. Feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. Oh, one last question by Gerudo. Is it easier way to check if you have the pet? Is clicking on the question mark at the pet store and just buy the unleveled one. Oh! Wait, does that work? Wait, but what if I don't immediately level it, though? I guess if I immediately level them, that would work. Because my imp should not be leveled right now, but my mana core should be. Or is it called level 0 when you don't own it? I didn't think about that. Wait. Because if I go check them now, it should say 5 and 1. But do one of them actually say 0 when you don't own a copy of them? Because this one says 5 because I upgraded it. This one says 1. Oh, but it shows an upgrade icon. So if I go on this, I know for sure I don't own this. Oh, level 0. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, that is really easy to check. I didn't think about that. Yeah, it says level 0 because I don't own a copy. It also doesn't show the upgrade mark or level on it. Because this guy we just bought, and it shows level 1 and we have an upgrade thing. This one we have 0 copies of, so it shows 0 and no upgrade thingy. That's kind of cool. I didn't realize you could actually check it that way. I knew it showed you info on the troop. I didn't realize it actually showed you the card to see that. Oh, with that being said, I actually need to go upgrade the other guy. Let me go do that right now. That now reminds me, I need to go upgrade these 2. This is the puppy from the Kingdom Pass. Oh yeah, don't forget, if you still want to finish out the Kingdom Pass, 3 hours left. But of course we already finished that out. And one of the rewards we get from that is this pet maxed. You get one on the free side, but you get it maxed for free on the paid side. But there we go. One less pet we'll need to worry about. And there we go. But yeah, don't forget, if you do want to go finish out anything with that, or buy a few tiers or whatever you want to do with it, it is the final day. This will be gone tomorrow. All this will be available in the future, though this weapon is likely to be $5 money locked in the future, the Hands of Time. And everything on the right side will be available for free at a later point. So things like this will be in the Volky drop table in a couple months, and this should be in the drop table in a couple months. I don't believe it will be in 2 weeks from now. Even though we are getting an event related to Midnight in 2 weeks, I don't think, or basically a week from tomorrow, I don't think he'll be in drop table quite yet when that does happen, but who knows, maybe he will be. I think you will the event after that event, but I don't know, we'll find out during that event. But you'll definitely be able to get him for free in the future, just gotta wait maybe a month or 2. But it could be available as early as 2 weeks from now, we don't know yet. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye, everyone.